This is the Big O Show. 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 This is the Big O Show.
There's no need to drive around South Florida wasting valuable time looking for a new or certified pre-owned Acura. Go to the #1 volume sales dealership in the Southeast United States. Craig Zins Acura of Pembroke Pines. Purchase with pace and space in a dealership tailored to your needs. From home buying to providing that personal touch. Contact the 2020 Satisfaction Award winner Craig Zins Acura of Pembroke Pines. 888-776-5123. That's 888-776-5123. Or visit them at 15601 Pines Boulevard in Pembroke Pines.
Welton Rayom has more than 62 years of litigation experience handling insurance disputes. They're committed to resolving even the toughest insurance claims quickly. Call them for a free consultation. 954-966-4646. At Welton Rayom, they don't get paid unless you win. Property damage claims to your home, business, or condo as a result of a hurricane. Welton Rayom can help. Water, mold, fire, smoke damage, Welton Rayom can help. Call 954-966-4646.
If you're a Miami sports fan, then there's only one store to go to, and that's Caneswear at Miami Fanwear in Davie. They're your one-stop shop for all your inner Miami CF, Canes, Dolphins, Panthers, and Marlins merchandise. They have hats, t-shirts, game day jerseys, and so much more. Located at 2511 South University Drive in Davie, and open 24/7 online at caneswear.com or innermiamiwear.com. Call them at 954-835-5597. Caneswear, the spot where inner Miami and all Miami sports fans shop.
Why is it that you get locked out in the worst moments of your life?
Where are my car keys? Man, I can't find my house keys.
In those frustrating moments, you need a locksmith you can count on. A. Lenny Locksmiths in South Florida, from Miami to Port St. Lucie. In Central Florida, A. Lenny locks it down in Orlando and Tampa Bay. Lockouts or lock changes for home or business, car key replacements, and programming all model cars. 24-hour service. Call them at 855-869-5625. Go to the website at alennylocksmith.com.
Oh, I think I know what this is. Houston, we have a package. Hello?
No matter where you are, the Sloman Shield home security system guards your home. With next-gen perimeter protection, 24/7 monitoring, and interior motion sensing. And right now, get a free Sloman Shield security system and doorbell camera, all professionally installed, for free.
Shield your world, the Sloman Shield.
When you move, you need a reliable company led by passionate folks, eager to assist its customers during a transitional process that needs to be smooth. Call Essential Moving Experts at 844-368-5750 for all your local and long-distance moving needs. You can rely on Essential Moving Experts. Mention the Big O Show and get $150 off. Family owned and operated, they offer free 30-day storage, full service moving, fully licensed, bonded, and insured. Moving was never so easy. EssentialMovingExperts.com.
For over 16 years, EJDConstruction.com has provided South Florida residents quality craftsmanship, accurate project management, and exceptional service. That's why EJDConstruction.com is an A-rated member of Angie's List and the Better Business Bureau. When you're looking for the right custom home builder for additions or home remodeling, please call my friend Eric at 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843 for EJDConstruction.com.
Welcome to Red Light Therapy, a revolutionary technology perfected by NASA to aid in muscle strengthening and recovery. Red and infrared light has the capacity to penetrate deep into the cell's mitochondria, potentially leading to increased energy, faster recovery, and the optimal performance your body demands. Train, fight, recover.
Statements or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyXS.com, Media Group Inc. ownership, management, sponsors, or website. When it comes to South Florida sports teams, very few in the media have witnessed, lived, and covered it like the Big O. Let's start the program dedicated to your favorite South Florida teams with a passion that's unmatched. The Big O Radio Show is on. Here's the Big O.
Hey, welcome aboard. Time to rock and roll on another show. This time, of course, in the afternoon, like we do it every Thursday out here at Hialeah Park. Unless we have some kind of a conflict. Then we move it around a little bit. But Thursdays, 3 to 6, it was good for me, man. I got to sleep in. I needed to sleep in a little bit and rest the voice a little bit and rest the pipes. They're still not anywhere where they need to be, but we're on the mend, and we're trying to get in there, and we're here for you, and trying to rock and roll here for the next 3 hours. We've got Marcel Louis-Jacques joining us at 4 o'clock. We've got Alan Poupart joining us at 5 o'clock. So we're set there. Welcome aboard. Yes, sir. Giovanni says, listening on my delivery routes this afternoon. There you go. Just be careful, Giovanni. Be careful out there. The good thing is, at least here in South Florida, it doesn't look like the storm did a lot of damage, or any damage actually. You didn't get anything, right? I didn't get anything. I
got more flooding yesterday than I did today.
Okay.
Yesterday I had, but all my street floods when it storms, and it rained from 7 p.m. till like 8 o'clock last night.
So it always floods. So it's one of those things. Yeah. We didn't get anything. We got a bunch of rain, but for the landscaping, I'm like, hey, that's great, bro. For the trees, that's awesome. So I wasn't necessarily complaining about the rain. Rain is good, man. Rain is excellent. Can't complain about the rain. And I would imagine some of you out there are still worried on the crypto side too, before I get into sports with the whole FTX mess. And I just want to remind people, by the way, just a little crypto corner for you here. Everything is fantastic. Everything is great. Did Bitcoin get hacked or something? I must have missed it. No, it's never been hacked. Did Ethereum crash or something? I'm sorry, was Solana split or something like a stock? I must have missed it. Did Polkadot suffer something or anything? I'm not exactly sure. VeChain, what are they doing except expanding more and more and more? I'm just wondering, and Shell gas stations. Shell has announced they're going to start Bitcoin mining.
I know the Rebel gas stations already have where you can go in and get the crypto.
They have the ATMs.
The ATMs, yeah,
The
crypto
ATMs.
ATMs.
Yeah, they're all over they're coming, bro. It's gonna happen. Crypto is super strong. Okay, what's going on with FTX? What's going on with Celsius? What's gone on with Voyager? Those are either DeFi or exchanges that are mishandling and mismanaging their businesses. But as I tell you all the time, right? Do you have your cold wallet? Yes, right? You store all your stuff there. You don't store it on and luckily, look, it's FTX International. Even though the US one hasn't been affected, I would still not keep my money on any exchanges. And I think we've been talking about this for a while now. And before the FTX crash a couple of days ago, I told you, I want to say the day before, please get your money off FTX, especially if you're an international. But crypto is super strong. In fact, I think Bitcoin, considering everything that went on, it dropped to 16,000 yesterday. It's back. It went back up to 18. Now it's at 16, 17.6, 7 almost. So those of us that bought Bitcoin at 16,000, we're like, hey, bro, we're ahead again, And so that's fine. That's what you're supposed to do. A dip comes lower than your average price. Boom, you buy. I'm sorry, did Hedera Hashgraph shut down or something? No. Polygon? Polygon went back up. If you bought Polygon yesterday in that crash, listen to this. Listen to this shit. This is amazing. Polygon went down like, I don't know, I want to say all the way down to 78 cents. Okay? Because of everything that happened. You know where it's at now? $1.13. Nothing happened with Polygon. Now, soft hands sold. Smart hands got back in and bought it low, and here it goes, because it's going to go to several dollars when it's all said and done. It's deflationary, just like Ethereum is deflationary, so less and less will be on the market. Crypto is super, super strong and growing and being adopted everywhere. The problem, you have to see and define it. Because you hear people talk and you hear people go through this thing and they don't understand that there's nothing wrong with crypto. It's FTX mismanaging their funds. It's Celsius mismanaging their funds. It's Voyager mismanaging their funds. That's what it is. Those are just bad business people. The good thing is that for those of us that are here for the long term, because I'm not worried about now, I didn't buy VeChain unloaded in the next 6 months. I've bought it for the last 2 years to unload it in 2025, 2026. That's when I want to do it. I'm not looking to unload anything now because mass adoption hasn't happened. It's the foundation of it. You know what's going on right now? Oh my God, millionaires and billionaires are going to become billionaires and trillionaires. That's what's going to happen because they're just buying all these dips. Like I'm a schmuck. It's not like I bought a ton of money at 16,000, but I bought a little. For me, it's good. But can you imagine the guy that's super rich and went and he's got hundreds of millions of dollars in the bank and he just said, let me drop 5 million at 16,000. Right now, it went up to 18. He could cash out a whole ton of money if he wants. Right away, 24 hours later, he can cash out if he wants a bunch of money. If you're a day trader, if you have that kind of money. The rest of us, no, dude, what you do is you got to know your average price of whatever you're investing. And when it goes under that price, that's when you buy. And you keep lowering your overall cost is what you're doing. The fact that Bitcoin drops to 16 and pumps right back up to 18 right away, and we'll be back to 20 in no time because the strong hands are buying it. And then what's going on is FTX and all the other people that were caught in this whole thing, they're unloading. Alameda, all these people are unloading coins that they have. And they're unloading Bitcoin and they're unloading Ethereum. I got some Ethereum yesterday too when it went down to 1,100. You know where Ethereum is today? Yesterday it was at 1,100. You know where Ethereum is right now? 1,300. Went up 200 already. And it's gonna fly. But again, crypto is fine. What's been going on and rattling the market are the people, the companies that are mismanaging. The power of crypto is that it makes you your own bank. But how do you become your own bank? By owning your coins. If you put them on an exchange, not your keys, not your crypto. You got to have those 12 magical words. If you don't have those 12 magical words, then you don't own the crypto. And so if the exchange closes down, that's it. You're done. But if you have it on a cold storage wallet and you have your 12 letters or words, that is, no one can reach that. No one. That's yours. No one can get to it. But that's because you're supposed to own your crypto. Don't put it somewhere else. That's lazy. So please get it off the exchanges. I don't even care if it's on Binance. And Binance is a monster and they're super strong, but, put it this way. You realize if you got FTX, OKCoin, Crypto.com, and KuCoin, and let's just add, and I'll tell you like 7 more just like that, and you put them all combined. Listen to me. They're not the equal. They're not even close to Binance. That's where Binance is compared to FTX. May have been when they shut down now. They're about to shut down, but there may be 1/50th of what Binance is as a company. Maybe 1/75th. That's how small. You think FTX is big? You think Crypto.com is big? Binance makes them look like schmucks. It's Publix. Put it this way. Binance is Publix, and Crypto.com and FTX and all that are mom and pop supermarkets. No, there are no what's that called, chains or anything. No, not Winn-Dixie. They're not, Piggly Wiggly. They're not the Grand Union. They're not. No. They're, Pepe Market, John's Market. That's it. Just one little market. That's what they are. And they're mismanaging stuff and they're closing down. And then it puts a stain on it. But the people that don't know shit about it, which is 95% of the world, they look at it and they say, oh my God, crypto's just, crypto's super strong. Crypto's great. It's the exchanges that are new to all of this and the greed factor and all that. They don't get enough from taking 1%, 2%, or 3% from your transactions. They have to then go and use your money to leverage for other things. And then they go play leverage games with your money, and then they lose in leverage games, your money. But why do they have your money? Because not your keys, not your crypto. Why? Because you're lazy and just left it on an exchange. Now the exchange closes, and now your money's locked up in there. Do not allow that to happen to you. Get a Nano wallet, get a Trezor. I have Trezor. There's several wallets. You could go do your homework and all that. But I'm just telling you, for those of you that follow this, okay, it's incredibly strong. It's the future. It's what's coming. This is why the idiots say, oh, no, we don't want regulation. This is why you want regulation. Why do you think FTX US didn't fold? You know that, Sean? This is FTX International that folded, not FTX US. Do you know why FTX US didn't fold? They're regulated. They have things that if you're going to do business in the United States, there are rules you have to go by. So those of you that have your money in FTX US, you're safe. It's fine. It's flowing. Everything's fine. I still wouldn't keep my money there, but there you go. But it's regulated by the U.S. So is Coinbase regulated by the U.S., by the feds. So this is why it helps. This is why you need regulation. And that's why some of these companies are not here in the United States. They're in other countries because they didn't want to get regulated. Regulation is good. You need it. And once the coins are finally regulated and they're told what is, what's it called? Once you label what they are overall and everybody knows where they stand, then the market, then the institutional money is really going to just take it to another level. So just so you all will know out there, it's the crypto market is fine. It's moving in the right direction. It is getting stronger every single day. It's just the middlemen that we have to watch out with. The Sam Bankman-Frieds who act like they're, for you and they're really not. And they're scheming behind and using your money and mismanaging it. Guy has bad hair and bad management. That's for sure. Binance operates outside. They got an X on their back. No, but they have a Binance USA also, Lofi. So they also have one in here in which they work through a US bank. Crypto.com does the same thing. Crypto.com is in Malaysia. Yes, Malaysia, I'm pretty sure. But they work through the and their exchange in the United States goes through the Bank of America, I believe, in New York. I believe that's the one they use. So you go through a U.S. bank, you get then regulated. You understand? So it does get controlled when you are working in the U.S. So yes, you are correct. Their home bases might be somewhere else, but they have. That's why the FTX US wasn't affected by FTX International. Why? Because FTX US has to use U.S. banks, and if you're going to use U.S. banks, then you will have to then be regulated by the feds. They have to know what the hell is going on, and I have no problem with that. Let's see, what else do we have? Big O, one of the biggest problems with the defense is tackling. Hopefully they can clean that up and get back to the fundamentals and learn how to tackle. Yeah, I'm with you there. One more sleep until Miami, says Lisa. Yeah, there you go. She'll be down here for the Browns and Dolphins game, which, by the way, Dolphins back to favored by 4. The over and unders 49, went up a half a point. Browns are plus 165 on the money line, and the Dolphins are minus 195 on the money line. So there you go. If your exchange is not in an actual country, there is no over. Well, it depends on what country too, Lofi. That's the other thing. Some countries, they don't care, but if it's here, and yes, I can't wait for regulation. I cannot wait. It's not like the thing, Lofi, it seems like you understand crypto a lot more than the average person. But what people think is that the regulation means that they're going to control the crypto, and they're not going to control the crypto. The companies will still, and the nodes are still going to be decentralized, and the validators are still going to be all over the world and all that. So they can't control any of that. But it still has to be fed through some kind of a bank, some kind of a financial institution, and that's where you regulate what's coming in, what's coming out, what's valued, what the customers. This is one of the things that you want in regulation. You want to make sure that the company is not using the customer's coins. See, they can't use my coins because I own my coins. I don't keep it on the exchange. I take it off the exchange. I buy, like last night. Last night I bought, all yesterday I was buying Hedera hashtag. I bought a little more Flow. I bought Kadena. I got Ethereum. I got Bitcoin. I got several coins that I got into, and I got them all at lower prices. And then if I'm not buying them on my, let's say, Exodus, then I'll buy them on Crypto.com or OKCoin, and then move it right into my cold wallet is what I do. I don't keep it there. Okay. So, and the beauty of the Exodus, which connects to my Trezor, they don't take anything either from what comes in. So the only gas fee comes from the company. OKCoin, by the way, they are so good, man. I tell you, they're a small exchange, but their gas fees are nothing, man. They are really fair. And you can buy and immediately transfer your coins right away. I really love that about OKCoin. That made me feel really good about. And so and make sure. Here's the other thing. Here's a little tip too. When you're about to buy a coin on any exchange, please make sure they have a bridge to take it out before you buy. If they don't have a bridge to take it out, don't buy it, because then the coin is stuck there and you can't move it. Okay? Just want you to know that. So that way you're well prepared. But if they don't have a bridge to build out, that's not what you want. Okay? Because then your coins are stuck there. And if something happens to that exchange, you're going to lose your money. And you don't want to do that. So please make sure whatever coin you buy on any exchange, Binance, OKCoin, crypto, I don't care where you get it, KuCoin, whatever, make sure it's got a bridge to come off. All right, so got that off my chest so you all out there can digest it however you want to digest it. You know, to me, people look at panic yesterday, and I just looked at incredible opportunities yesterday. That's just the way I looked at it. You know, the sad part is, the part that I hate is that I know a lot of people have lost a lot of money on FTX International. And that part just unacceptable, man. Unacceptable. People losing their life savings or a large chunk that they invested in, hoping to, get something out of it. It's crazy. DC Attorney General filed a civil suit against Dan Snyder today. They can't get rid of that guy fast enough. That's for sure. Big O, it's been buying, like you said, for the past year and a half, and no way did they not lose over 90% of what? Big O, if you've been buying, like you've said, over the past year, there's no way you did not lose. I haven't lost any money, Bromar. Are you stupid or what? How dumb are you, bro? You only lose when you sell, my brother. You do know that, right? So what are you supposed to do? Your Amazon stock now is down 40%. You're going to sell now? Then you lost. But if you're hanging on to your Amazon stock and waiting for it to bounce back, just like Bitcoin or Ethereum, you haven't lost anything. That's the problem. See, Bromar, you don't invest, my brother. You talk a lot of shit, and you don't know anything. That's the problem with you. And you don't have the balls to do anything like this. So that's right. You would panic. You would be the soft hands that would sell. I think I've explained this over and over again. You don't lose until you sell. You don't win until you sell too. Okay? Because injective protocol that I've talked about many, many times, right? I got it at $1.48, $1.52. It went up to like $2.70. Yesterday in the crash, you know what happened? Went all the way down to $1.50. Guess what I did? I bought more. Do you know where injective protocol is? And if I want to sell and make money, I can do that, Bromar. It's at $1.84. I'm already making 34 cents on every coin I bought yesterday at $1.50. How do you like that? But am I really making money? No, Bromar, because I'm not selling. Because I'm going to wait for it to go up to several dollars. But it's going to take a while. So understand, Bromar, since you don't invest, you don't lose until you sell. You don't win until you sell. I have plenty of profits right now I could take out in a bear market, okay, with Shiba. I bought Shiba so low that I'm still making money in a bear market. Do I sell it? No, so I haven't made my money. Now, when it went up a whole bunch about a year ago, I did take some profits. That's how it goes. But make sure you understand. Since you don't invest, you don't understand. You just run your mouth. What do I think of Sheeb? Sheeb is a nice little gamble. I don't call it an investment. Ethereum and Bitcoin are investments. SHIB is a nice gamble. It's got an ecosystem. It's got NFTs. It's building a blockchain. It's got a coin swap. They are building an ecosystem, something that Doge can't do. So SHIB for me has way more potential than Dogecoin. In fact, SHIB is the only meme coin that has serious potential. They've got other coins that are tied to it from the leash also. So, it's a different coin. It's not really just while it's memeish, it actually has real elements to it that they're building a business with it. Now, whether it'll happen, I don't know. We'll see. I'm already in profits. I don't care. You know what I mean? At any time I sell that coin, I'm going to make money. Right now, I can make money off of everything that I own off of SHIB. Make a little bit, not a lot, because it's just a little bit over from what I bought it at. Right? What is it at right now? Let me see. Where is Shibby Shib Shib? Let me see. Shibby Shib Shib. It's up 6%. It's up to 10.44. I got it at 6. So I'm 10.44. It's close to, I don't know, about 80% of what I invested already if I want to. But again, Bromar, so you'll learn, I'm not going to make that money until I sell it. So it might even go under the 6 that I bought it at, and then, I'm under what I bought. So yes. And Bromar, the other thing is that you don't understand is that as the number goes lower, I'm also buying and lowering my average price. So I'm bringing it down. So it becomes even easier to make money on the way up. It's called DCA, dollar cost average. But again, Bromar, if you understood investing, you wouldn't run your mouth. I think we've roasted you enough, right? I think so, right? I think you kind of get it now, right? Okay, good. Now you know not to be stupid anymore. I do invest, but down big, sitting on cash for now. No, you don't invest, bro. You don't invest. You don't invest. You don't sit on anything. You talk a lot of shit. If you want, listen, how about this? You come and show me your investments and I'll give you money. How about that? If you actually show me you got, if you show me you got about over $10,000 of investments, come on over and I'll give you some cash. I want you to show me, okay? And I'm in public all over the place, bro. I'm at Walk-Ons. I'm at Hialeah Park. I'm at Acura. I'm at KSDT. You can wait for me outside the offices there. And if you do invest, then I can take you inside the offices and they can help you with your investments. Talk, chatter. I know you kind of people, baby. Yeah. Matic is looking strong. I know. I just talked about that. I know. I got a fat ass bag in Matic. Oh, by the way, I am in total profits in Matic. Okay? It's at $1 or whatever, 18, 19. Do you know where my Matic is averaging? In the 60 cent range, like 68, I think it is. I have it down all the way to 68 cents. So I could sell right now a lot, Bromar, and make money, but that's not what you're supposed to do. It's not about doing that now. You got to know your stuff, bro. Yeah, exactly. That's right. I'm easy to find. That's the beauty. I'm not hard to find. You know what I'm saying? Very easy. Yeah. What are you going to do? All right, what do we have going on? Poupart has no problem giving Herbert all the credit last year when he was in one of the best situations yet for Tua. It's everyone else but Tua as the reason why. Well, he's not saying exactly that, but he is not giving him enough credit for it. There's no doubt in my mind. You do bring up a good point, Ray. If Justin Herbert was doing all of this, they would be gushing over him all over the place. But then again, this is the guy that everybody said you should have drafted, right? And Omar nailed it. He nailed it yesterday. His explanation on how it'll be hard for him to become the MVP, he's so right about that. I never thought about it that way because so many people trash the kid in the media that they've got to go from the fact that they said he can't play, he's too short, he's got a noodle arm, whatever excuses they used to describe him inaccurately, then for them to go from that extreme to write that or say that and then say he's the MVP, yeah, that's a hell of an extreme because that makes you look really bad. Like your assessment really sucked. Like, you thought this guy couldn't play and he's the MVP of the league? Seriously? Really? Like, wow. Should I trust your assessments from here on out? Because that's way off. That kind of stuff. And I got to give Omar credit on that one, man. That's a really, really good explanation. And as weak as it sounds, it is so accurate that that's how people would behave. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. What happened? You know what? We'll keep it going next week. My throat, man. And I've had a hell of a week. I got to reach out to Doug and tell him. He reached out to me already. We'll probably get it done on Tuesday next week, and we'll start getting it done over again, and we'll start doing it every week. But this week, forget it, man. I've got to do whatever I can this week just to get by and try to. It was a blessing today that I could sleep. I think I woke up at 9:30 today, which, like, oh my God, that was like so good. You know what I mean? It's awesome. I was waiting for the first idiot rookie to tell Big O to move on from crypto. LOL. It's like the most beautiful opportunities just came up in the last 24 hours. It's just so awesome. I mean, it just, but you if you're not in it, you're really not going to understand it, and that's fine. That's fine. But just do that at least. Say that you don't understand it. Don't talk about it like you actually know what the hell is going on. It's kind of weird. Sweet Baby Ray. Hey, Big O. Joe Rose and Marino are friends, yet it puzzles me as why Joe looks the stance he did with Tua and Greer and was so pro Flores. You would think Marino would share some insight with Joe. Maybe, and maybe he doesn't. Or maybe Marino liked Tua and Joe didn't believe in it. Joe's his own man, dude. So he's got his own opinions on it for whatever reasons. You know what I mean? And he was wrong about Tua and he's wrong about Chris Greer. There's no doubt about that. And he was wrong about Brian Flores also. But that happens, dude. It's called sports. You're not going to get it right. The good thing about Joe is that he'll eventually admit that he's wrong. I don't know if he has or not. One of you guys told me that Hollywood admitted that he was dead wrong. Although, wait a minute. You know what? I heard Hollywood the other day. And again, great dude, okay? Great dude. He really is a good dude. No matter how sourpuss he sounds on the air, he's a good dude. Sports-wise, his opinions are completely whacked, okay? And I heard it, by the way. One of you guys said it, and I heard it. And he goes, no, I was wrong. But, McDaniels really helped him improve and this and that. And that's where I have a problem with that. McDaniel didn't make Tua. Tua was already made. What Tua needed was a complementary coach and offense. That's what it was. That's what it's all about. Tua wasn't fixed. He wasn't broken. Freaking guy's a leader and a winner, bro. You already got a winner. Now, did he have to learn the NFL game? Of course. And adjust the game speed? Yes. But he was going to be a badass as long as you got a coach that knows offense and you got talent around him. Now, if he's not going to have talent around him and a coach that hates him, shit, dude, how do you succeed with that? So McDaniel didn't fix Tua. Tua wasn't broken, because that's another stupid statement, okay? Sorry, Hollywood, love you, but that's just stupid, okay? Coach didn't fix him. There was what needed to be fixed was the Dolphins, dude. What needed to be fixed was the offensive coaching. What needed to be fixed was the offensive talent. The quarterback needed that help in order for him to succeed, like any quarterback in the world. And that's why Marino could score points on you, win some games, but he couldn't win the championship. Do you know why? Because Shula failed. That's all. Shula failed badly during the Marino era. I love Shula. We all love Shula. He's the god, all that. But dude, he failed. He couldn't get a defense. He couldn't get a running game. The elements that Marino needed to win a title. And Tua's the same thing. So there's no difference to me. And so he was never broken. I love how people try to phrase that shit. He wasn't broken. He was never, I said for 2 years, he's not the problem. Everything else around him is the problem. Okay? And finally they fixed it. And now, wow, he's having success. Just like he did in Alabama. Oh, shit. Alabama, they had coaching. They had talent. They had real structure. Wow, he's going to succeed that way. Amazing. Who would have ever thought that? You could succeed with proper structure around you. Shib is a strong gamble. They're building it. Yeah, I like that, Lofi. I like that. I can go with that. It's a gamble. It's not like I feel about Ethereum. And Ethereum for me is money in the bank. You know, VeChain for me, money in the bank. Cardano, money in the bank. You know, there's some projects that I am convinced because of their everyday real world usage, they are going to be monsters. I loaded up on VeChain again yesterday. It's just over 2 cents. So yeah, I'm with you. Musa Hamaday. Thank you for the love in the super chat. Says Dolphins receipts on Twitter, a must follow. Most of the people he exposed blocked him. Cowards. Dolphin receipts on Twitter. Is there a handle called Dolphin Receipts on Twitter? Oh, so that's the guy from Wales. Because the guy with the list is from Wales. That I know. I don't know the handle. I would be lying to you if I told you I know the handle. But I remember the guys from Wales. That I remember, and I saw the list, and it was just amazing how he had the time to track all that stuff. It's crazy. But, yeah, what are you going to do? You know. Alex Perez says, you speak the truth, Big O, always keeping it 100. We try, my brother. We try. Ray says, it's not exaggeration. You really could have written a novel of all the doubters of Tua from the media, local radio station hosts, and beat writers. Oh, for sure. Yeah. Let's see. Oh, I have knowledge about crypto illiterate honesty. In your opinion, where would you suggest I begin? Book, documentary, individual. Am I too late to start? No, Emilio, my God. You are in the golden age of it, my friend. You are right now. It is beautiful. And as Emilio, as I've always said, look, first of all, get yourself a Trezor wallet. Okay, get the T1. I think it's called the more expensive one because it has more coins that you can put in it. It has more flexibility. Exodus, they both connect, and it's also a crypto exchange, and it has everything. But they give you keys. They give you the 12 words, so you then own your crypto, and then you sync it with your Trezor, and you put your coins in the cold wallet, and it's offline, and you're good. But it's connected with Exodus, and you can still earn interest. Like on my Cardano, I'm getting 4.91%. On my VeChain, I'm getting 1%. On Algorand, I'm getting, I think it's like 8% or something like that. They have some staking, and you can stake while it's on your cold wallet. That's awesome. So, and here's what I would do for any beginner. I am not a financial advisor. Okay. I'm just a guy that loves crypto. So you got to do your own homework always. But right now, as I always tell you guys, start safe. 40% of whatever it is, you put $100, $1,000, $10,000 or whatever, more than that, God bless you if you have more than that. 40% of it, put it in Bitcoin. 30% of it, put it in Ethereum. And then 10% in a couple of other coins. I'll give you Cardano, Polkadot. Let's see. Let me give you stuff like coins that I absolutely love, and I believe they're pretty safe. Overall, Gala is another one. Kusama. I don't know if I mentioned Polygon or Avalanche or Decentraland. 10% in any of those. Okay? 70% of your money in Bitcoin and Ethereum, the big boys, and then 10% in, and then the last 30, use 3 of those coins and put 10% in any. Polygon would be one of them I would put in there. I wish you would have bought it yesterday on the dip because it went right back up again now. Maybe you're better off getting Cardano or Polkadot or something like that. But again, like yesterday was golden, man. It was really golden. It was really, really good. So that's what I would do for beginners. Keep it simple and stay strong with the base of Bitcoin and Ethereum. Roberto Negron says long-term Bitcoin holders aren't worried as they've been through 73% of declines before, but previous declines didn't involve anywhere near the total market cap lost during this decline. That's right, because it's also bigger than it's ever been. That's why. And it will. And remember, we have the soft hands involved. That's what's really going on. The strong hands and the long-term investors are just like, oh, you're gone. You lowered it. Thanks. Scooping up more. Thank you. Thank you. Yes.
The Twitter handle's at Fins Receipts.
Oh, at
FINS Receipts.
Okay. All right. I see. Okay. Sean, have you been able to find the receipts? Video guys, you've played about 8 well ago. I don't know. Is there videos there or something? All right. He's trying to find something there. Yeah, I heard about Celsius a while back already. Yeah. It's Celsius, Voyager, all that's all old news. Robert Hunt should get considered for Pro Bowl. He's been solid. I don't know about Pro Bowl, but he's played really well. Oh, will you and Sean start having a cooking segment? Well, I can hang out and eat. He's the cook, not me, dude. I can't cook. I'll just stand around and say, "Can I pick something?" Yeah, go ahead. Get a piece or something. That's it. Big O, do you think the Heat are going to win tonight? Yeah, they have. There's enough injuries on the Hornets side that they should win tonight. I don't know about the line. The line is 10.5 points. They did lose by quite a bit yesterday, but man, 10.5 points. It's a lot of points. I don't know if I want to touch that. That's the only thing. 10.5 is a little tough. You're saving. They've got that injury now. I saw Ira reporting that. We got the Falcons and the Panthers, another shitty game tonight in Thursday Night Football. God, it's just one bad one after another. By the way, Nature B is a proud sponsor of our program. We love talking about Nature B, and we're still giving away 2 prize packs worth over $100. All you got to do is go to Instagram and follow them at NatureBNZ on Instagram, and then tag out us, tag a friend in a comment, okay, and use the hashtag Big O Radio Show. You and your friend are going to be automatically entered to try to win those prizes. We're going to give away 2 of those prize packs worth over $100. So follow them at NatureBNZ on Instagram, and then tag a friend and use the hashtag Big O Radio Show. You and your friend are automatically entered. Early December, we will pick the winner, and we will announce it here on the show. By the way, if you want to feel the power of pollen every day like I do, that powers, it gives you energy all day long. My favorite thing, I say it over and over again, boosting my immune system. That's what it's all about, folks. Those 2 golden capsules, they do so much. Digestion. It's great for your hair, your nails, your like stronger nails, fuller hair. It really is amazing. And it's great for kids. It's great for the adults because it's all natural. It comes from New Zealand, from clean green New Zealand, and it comes straight from Mother Nature, baby, not in some lab or anything like that. Plant pollen's been around forever, and the benefits are endless, folks. Nature B potentiates it, which, of course, breaks it down, breaks the cell downs. So when you absorb it, it goes directly right into your system right away. It's a beautiful thing. You want the ultimate test? Grab the Nature B capsule, break it open, and eat the powder right away. You'll see. Most of the time, you would never do that because it'll taste terrible. All natural plant pollen actually tastes good. Go check it out for yourself. Those 2 golden capsules will change your life. I've been taking it for 20 years. Right now, we got the same deal going on. Take advantage while it lasts. 2 months for $66. You'll get the 3rd month for free and free shipping. That is awesome. All right? So that'll last you a while, dude. You get 3 1-month supplies. You pay for 2. You get the 3rd one for free for $66. That's a fraction there every single day. So you can enjoy that kind of protection from naturebee.com. All right. Big O, when is the last 2 Dolphin receivers that made a Pro Bowl? Oh, God. It's a great, last 2 would have to be Duper Clayton because Irving Fryer and McDuffie might have made a Pro Bowl together. I'd have to look at, that's something that I'd have to go back and see, but yeah, my brother, that's maybe Chris Chambers 1 year was a reserve that got in there or something, but 2, you would have to go back to Fryer and McDuffie if it happened. For sure, the Marx brothers had to have made a Pro Bowl together. That's probably when you're going to have to go back. I mean, dude, what's gone on for 20 years here? It's pathetic, the offenses. Jimmy Johnson was a joke. Dave Wannstedt was conservative. Cam Cameron couldn't figure shit out. Tony Sperano, bless you, rest in peace, my man, but he loved field goals. I mean, it was bad. It wasn't, again, what's going on with Tua. It wasn't an environment back for many years that offensive players were going to excel here. So, yeah, it probably is that. Chris Chambers, yeah, but I think he's asking 2. I don't think both made it. In fact, I'm pretty sure both didn't make it. You know what I'm saying? I think that's what he just asked now. About 2 Dolphin receivers making the Pro Bowl. I don't think that's happened. What else do we have? Keyshawn Johnson and dude, I don't care about Keyshawn Johnson. Jose Lucas, I'm 100% sure Chris Grier would land both Donovan Mitchell and Kevin Durant somehow. Big O, can you explain the stock market? I don't. Well, I don't. I know the crypto market very well. I don't invest in the stock market, so I am not going to talk about something that I'm not well versed in and currently involved in. Unlike some of you out there who are not involved in something and yet you talk about it all the time. What else do we have? Big O, CSN. Can you explain? Oh no, yeah, I saw that. Locals. What is it? Time will tell on Chris Grier. Let's wait till the season is over before you crown him. So, wait till the season's over. So you don't believe in Tua, Rosendo? What was the last GM that found the quarterback? I just went through this yesterday. The guy just found Skyler. So now he's got a backup quarterback and a starting quarterback. He's built a pretty good team. He hit on 7 of his last 9 first-round picks. What are we waiting for? The rest of the work is left to Mike McDaniel, my brother. The success of the team is left to Mike McDaniel. He did his job. He got you Nick Needham. He got you Trill Williams, and he got you Byron Jones. It's not his fault what's gone on with the injuries. That's not on Chris Grier, and that's not on Mike McDaniel. He got Brandon Jones. He was forced to trade Minka, and then he went and got another safety just as good or better in the second round. I'm sorry. What are we waiting for with Chris Grier? Wow. Yeah, Rosendo, I couldn't disagree with you more, bro. That guy proves over and over again. He's a good GM. He only had 3 picks this year. He found a backup quarterback a future receiver in Eric Ezukama. Bless the Lord that they don't need him because they're so deep at wide receiver. And Tyndall looks like he's got some skills, young and green, but, things happen. They'll develop. With 3 picks, he actually looks like he did a pretty good job. Just with 3 picks. In a draft that you're like, wow, we only got 3 picks. Might turn out to be a pretty good draft. I mean, really, dude. I don't know, Rosendo. I don't know what more you want. What is it? Did the other GMs that were here the last 20 years, were they that impressive? I'm not sure, bro. I don't know what you're watching, Rosendo. I believe in Tua, but I'm not evaluating till the season is over. Okay, well, okay. OJ said he and Fryer did not make Pro Bowl together. Okay, see, yeah, that would be Lisa. That was the last time that happened. Because I can guarantee you Brandon Marshall and Chris Chambers did not make a Pro Bowl together. Guaranteed. But maybe OJ and Irving. That would have been the only. And maybe when Irving was tearing it up, maybe was OJ in the middle of his toe issue stuff already at that point? I'm not exactly sure. God. I still hate that OJ had that toe injury. That shit still bothers me. Because I hate that somebody's career gets stolen from him. That's the kind of stuff that just it just makes you mad. Frustrated for a great dude, a great player. Like, man, if it happens to like a really bad person like Lawrence Phillips or something, I know he's dead now, so that was even worse. But if it happens to Lawrence Phillips, okay, whatever. But OJ McDuffie? Yeah, no, sorry, I don't have sympathy for Lawrence Phillips. That guy got in a car once and played Death Race 2000 with 16-year-olds. After a pickup game, he wasn't happy, so he thought he would run him over. Yeah, I'm not going to give you any sympathy for even if he's dead. So I'll say what a lot of people will want to say. What else do we have here? What are you going to say?
Well, no, I was going to say, have you been following the story of the Atlanta Falcons left tackle today?
Oh, no, what happened?
Cameron Wolf reported that wife went into labor. Her wife was having a baby, so they flew him from Carolina to Atlanta. The baby was born, healthy baby boy. He's now on the way back to the airport to head to the game. Should make it in time. So they'll have their starting left tackle, apparently.
Okay, good.
Jake Matthews.
And it's Carolina, Atlanta, so don't give me that jet lag shit. I don't want to hear that jet lag stuff.
It's a big day right there, huh?
It's a big day. How about that? That's great. That is awesome. That the guy but at least he was there for the birth. That's important. Okay. So I would have never missed the birth of my daughter.
Wow. And the Falcons are tied for the NFC South.
I know that South is so bad.
I just saw Cameron too.
Yeah. Don't forget Cameron Good. But Cameron Good is he he's like another 7th rounder, right? There were 2 7th rounders.
Yeah, him and
and Skyler.
Yeah, Good was the last. No, Skyler was the last pick,
right? I don't know. Whatever.
I can't remember was Good or
either way, bro. 7th rounder. And I bet you, and I like Cameron Good. I know he's stashed on the practice squad. I like what I saw from that kid. Big O, are you going to be in any restaurant bar for the playoffs? I don't know yet. We shall see, my friend. I don't know. Do you know a bar that wants to host us during the playoffs? Now, I'm hoping that we're in Phoenix, Arizona for the Super Bowl. That's what I'm hoping. Because if we are, that'll be awesome. Because I'm definitely not flying back to do a show for the Super Bowl when the Dolphins are playing. Sean and I are going to be inside that stadium to watch the Dolphins win the Super Bowl, if they're in the Super Bowl. So I'm hoping for that. But hey, the other rounds, well, don't have a problem with that. Yes, sir.
Cornerback Jason Verrett for the 49ers tore his Achilles.
Ooh.
Listen to this. You're talking about this is bad luck. This ain't even just injury prone. In his career now.
Oh, yeah. He's the one that got injured with San Diego, with the Chargers.
Had 2 Achilles tears.
Yeah, 2 years ago.
2 ACL tears.
Yes.
And a severe ankle injury that kept him out for 15 games. A torn labrum and more. He's played in just 40 NFL games.
Yeah. It was with the Chargers, right?
He's with the 49ers now. I don't know about the other
I
ones.
believe that Verrett was the kid that in an off season. Okay, it was just like a mini camp. I think Verrett was the kid that blew out his. It might have been an ACL that time. No, maybe it might have been the Achilles again. And it was for the Chargers in the offseason. I think that's the kid.
He's only played more than 6 games twice in his career since 2014. One of those years he made the Pro Bowl.
Wow. Let me see. I'm going to look it up to make sure because I want to say he was with the Chargers. Let me see. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm confusing him with somebody else. No. See. Yeah, San Diego. Yeah. I'm sure he was the guy. I'm sure he was the guy that got injured, and it was in the off season. Like it was like in May, something like that. Poor kid, man. Just some guys. This would happen to most of us. All those injuries, we'd break down. It's funny how we that guy isn't durable. When most of us would break down also. Because the body's not made for this. Lenny says, Chris Grier is a beast of a GM. We should all be happy to have him. Well, except for Rosendo, of course. He's the jury's out for Rosendo. He's a wheeler and a dealer since he took over as GM. Most of his moves and picks have benefited the team big time. I know that, but apparently Rosendo, he needs to see him make water in a wine or something. I don't know. Rosendo has to see Chris Grier help Bitcoin get to 60,000, and then he'll be, convinced. Because I don't know if you guys know this, but Rosendo owns, I'm told, about 4,000 Bitcoins. So he's got cash. He's got cash. Next time you see Rosendo, tell him, hey, bro, spare Bitcoin. Give me half a Bitcoin. He might help you there. Let's see. What else do we have? Big O has the only take on Tua and the game I trust now. Yeah, Bangkok Bill. You got to love that name, Bangkok Bill. What's your name? Bangkok Bill. It's kind of like that scene in Maverick when they're all around the pool table and then they notice the guy eating the peanuts. It's like, how long? Well, I've been here the whole time. What's your name? Bob. Call sign. Bob. Oh, man. That's such a good movie, by the way. God, that was such a good movie. That was one of the best movies that Tom Cruise has ever done, bro. Love that movie. That was a really, really good movie. Really enjoyed it. I know I have slacked completely on the merch. It's one of those things that I have not been happy with the part of the creation, the distribution, and the profits, let's just say. Okay? The other things that I end up teaming up with kind of take up all the profits. And no, I'm not really happy with that. Like, yeah, we'll sell a shirt and then you'll get $1. And like, okay, so then where did the other 15 go? Nah. So it's kind of been one of those things that I've got to, I don't know. I may have, I would love to find a company in South Florida that does those kind of things and wants to be a part of the platform and helps us grow. They make their profit, but not take up all the profits. And so I haven't had time to explore those kind of things. You know what I'm saying? So if you happen to know somebody that can work with us on that, then yeah. Say it. Oh, it's distribution you don't want to do. No, it's the breakdown that I don't like of it all. Yeah. Or maybe that's what you mean by distribution. Yes. Oh, from Blazing Saddles. My friends call me Jim, but you can call me Jim. Chris Greer has drafted really well in the later rounds, but some don't want to give him credit. I at this point, I don't know why anybody would not give him credit. Oh, can you explain getting a cold storage wallet? Is it an app that we link to our crypto account? No. What it is, a cold storage wallet, you're going to connect it to your computer. It's going to have its own program. And in that program, you will then have all the coins that you normally buy, and you'll have an in and an out. And you're going to be copying that in, and you're going to be and what you do is you send like a little portion of it first to test it, to make sure it works. You grab that key that says in, you copy it, and then you go to your whatever it is, FTX, crypto.com, Binance, wherever you have your money, and then there's going to be an out for it. You're going to hit that out, and it's going to ask you for that address. You copy and paste that address, and then the amount of coins you want to send, and then you send it over into your cold storage wallet, and then it stays there, and then you're fine. There you go. Get a Trezor, get a Nano. I love the Trezor Exodus combination. Personally, for me, I don't necessarily like Exodus's fees. They're a little high on the fees, so you got to be careful. If you're going to buy there, you might be better off buying somewhere else where the fees are less, and then you transfer it into your Exodus. I will say that. But sometimes you might want to be able to buy in Exodus something that you can't buy somewhere else. Example, OKCoin dropped Star Atlas, but I have it on my Trezor and Exodus wallet. So I'm able to buy more Star Atlas if I want to and add it there. So things like that. But that's what you want to do. You want to move it over. Okay? By the way, another thing, go on YouTube and there are tutorials. Exodus has their tutorial videos. They'll show you how to use it. Trezor has, the company also has their own videos on YouTube. They'll show you how to use it. They'll walk you through everything step by step. Listen, if an idiot like me can figure it out, all of you will be able to figure it out. Trust me. Okay? I'm not very smart. All right? I may work hard or something, but I'm not a smart guy. I'm not a genius or anything like that. So if I can figure it out, you guys can figure it out. You just got to put the effort. That's it. What else do we have? Big O, hopefully you can come back to Tortugas. Oh, I will. We will go back to Tortugas. We will. Now, remember, our friends in Tortugas have gone through some really rough times, and they're about to get pummeled again now, right? Because that thing curves and goes right through there, right? Doesn't it go right up the coast? Up the coast, right? Right. Well, but then Flagler Beach will be to its right, right? Up the state, up the middle of the state. Right. Oh, it goes through the Panhandle. Oh, okay. So it misses Jacksonville and St. Augustine and Daytona and all that. Okay. Okay. I have not seen the new course, so that may be where I'm off. Big O, just do a drop ship company and have a link to it all. It's all easy for you. You got to show me which one also gives us a fair cut, too. That's the only thing. What else do we have here? John says, you need to watch you keep telling me about The Boys. You keep mentioning it. Brother, I have had no time to watch any TV shows. Oh, okay. So, yeah, it completely changed. Yeah, completely changed. Yeah, that's a totally different route than it was before. Big O, I thought that Tua was the one that needed to make Bitcoin. Hey, Jamie, at this point, I'll take anybody. You know what I'm saying? Greer has never made the playoffs as a GM of the Dolphins. He can't draft O-line, and building a line through free agency isn't a recipe for success long-term. You eventually have to hit it in the draft. You mean like Robert Hunt? I thought that was a hit in the draft. That looks like a hit. The other ones, they haven't worked out yet. You're right about that. Can't argue with that one. But right now, the line's getting it done. But, he did find 2 quarterbacks. So I love the nitpickers. He finds Jalen Phillips and Raekwon Davis and Brandon Jones and Minka, and then has to replace him because of the coach and all that. Yeah, I get it, bro. Nothing's perfect, man. But he's finding players all over the place. I get it. The offensive line part has not gone well, but I don't know if they haven't made the playoffs. It's not because of his fault. They'll make the playoffs this year because this coach knows offense. The other one didn't. I don't know if I blame him because of that.
Wasn't he responsible for the gift that keeps giving?
Oh, Laramie Tunsil?
Yeah.
Yes.
And the deal, too. That guy.
I find nitpicking at this point a joke. You know what I mean? Like, I think it's pathetic as a fan to do what you just did about the offensive line. When the guy hits all over the place. And so the offensive line stuff hasn't worked out. But guess what? This offseason, he kind of fixed it by getting Armstead and Connor Williams. And then Hunt has done a really good job. And then he found Shell off the street. And he's actually done a really good job. And Robert Jones may end up developing. That's his guy, too. Off the street. Doesn't matter how you find him. Off the street, 7th round, 1st round, I don't care. But, that offensive line you're talking about hasn't allowed a sack in 2 weeks. Go ahead and nitpick. I find that ridiculous. Seriously. I find it embarrassing at this point, any Dolphin fan that's complaining about Chris Grier, when the shit you've gone through for 20 years. You know what I'm saying? The shit you've gone through for 20 years, and you got the balls to complain about Chris Grier? Kevin Beal, thank you for the love on the super chat. Oh, I just literally bought Bitcoin on the Cash App this week. $500 worth. Next step. Also, did our 7th round rookie linebacker make the team? Yeah, he's on the practice squad. Cameron Good. He is. Get your money off Cash App. Ship that Bitcoin into a wallet. Okay? All right? You don't own that Bitcoin inside Cash App. Something happens to Cash App, which I doubt, but if something happens to Cash App and they shut down, how are you going to access that Bitcoin? So I keep telling you guys, get a cold storage wallet. Don't keep your money on Crypto.com, on Binance, on FTX, any exchange. I don't care where you have it. I don't care if you have it on Ameritrade. I don't care if you have it on Webull. Get your freaking crypto off exchanges. Put them in a cold storage wallet. That way nobody can touch it. And you have your 12 words. If you don't have your 12 keys, you do not own your crypto. Okay? And by the way, you can make a Bitcoin donation at Cash App, at Cash Big O Show here on the show. Huh? Yeah, that's right. The next step, that's right, sir. The next step is making a Bitcoin donation to the Big O Show. Cash Big O Show at Cash App or Venmo. And then I'll be moving that shit off. Because you can't keep it there, bro. Can't keep it. You can't keep it on Cash App. What happened now?
Dolphin 72's in the chat. He says, I'm in Daytona. We did get hit. It wiped out about 10 condo buildings.
I told you.
It's been a lot of the beach erosion and stuff like that.
Of course, bro.
All that stuff like.
Yeah, man. Our friends in Daytona are going through a rough one, bro. All right, let's take a break. We got 1 hour down. We're a little over the first hour. We got 2 more to go. We'll take you till 6. Coming to you live from Hialeah Park. By the way, Polygon is now up 31%. It's up to $1.17 after dropping to like 80 cents yesterday, 78. Whoever got it at that dip, you are very, very smart. Very impressive for those of you that got it done. All right, let's take a quick break. Back with more right here on the Big O Radio Show live from Hialeah Park.
There's no need to drive around South Florida wasting valuable time looking for a new or certified pre-owned Acura. Go to the #1 volume sales dealership in the Southeast United States. Craig Zinn's Acura of Pembroke Pines. Purchase with pace and space in a dealership tailored to your needs. From home buying to providing that personal touch. Contact the 2020 Satisfaction Award winner Craig Zinn's Acura of Pembroke Pines. 888-776-5123. That's 888-776-5123. Or visit them at 15601 Pines Boulevard in Pembroke Pines.
Oh, great. You have a doorbell camera. Now you have a front row seat to your house getting robbed.
They're breaking into my house!
Ooh, there goes the TV. I'm sure it'll turn up at the pawn shop.
No, not the TV!
Just because you can see them, that doesn't mean you can stop them. With Sloman's, you get 24-hour monitoring, a free home security system, and professional installation. Plus, free doorbell camera, one that'll actually work for you.
Get out of my house! Get out of the house!
Call 1-800-ALARM-ME.
For over 16 years, EJDconstruction.com has provided South Florida residents quality craftsmanship, accurate project management, and exceptional service. That's why EJDconstruction.com is an A-rated member of Angie's List and the Better Business Bureau. When you're looking for the right custom home builder for additions or home remodeling, please call my friend Eric at 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843 for EJDconstruction.com.
Statements or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyAccess.com, Media Group Inc. ownership, management, sponsors, or website. Time to get the edge on the Miami Dolphins with our Edge Energy Drink Miami Dolphins report. When you want the energy drink that's delicious and smooth with zero aftertaste, you can only order Edge Energy Drink at myedgedrink.com. That's myedgedrink.com. Here's the ESPN Dolphin insider Marcel Louis-Jacques.
There we go. All right. There he is, Marcel.
We in here.
How you doing? You doing all right?
Living, man. About to take my mom to go see the new Black Panther tonight. And, you know, that's the one. You know, a little mother-son bonding time since she lives out here. Got to take advantage of it while you got it.
Nice. Excellent. Did you send flowers to Josh Allen?
Who?
Josh Allen, your boy. He's got an elbow injury. He's in the hospital. Did you send him some flowers?
Never heard of him. Is he good?
So what do you know, bro? What do you know? Ian says it's a slight tear in the...
Yeah, I mean, but that's what a sprain is. A sprain is a slight tear. So, like, it's not... depending on your terminology, you can make it sound better or worse. I don't think he plays this week. He's the kind of guy that doesn't need practice in order to play, but why would you? Why would you risk it? I don't think the Vikings are particularly good. I think that, you know, all this talk of, all this talk to the Dolphins fans about having to play backup quarterback. I think, you know, let's see it. Let's see how easy it is to win with the backup. Because you're not going to risk Josh Allen's long-term health. Not with that big-time extension kicking in. Maybe if it was not his non-throwing elbow, that's one thing. But doesn't seem like it's worth the risk here in week 10.
You know, and the way I look at it, Marcel, and covering baseball over the years, those guys that have those slight tears in the UCL, it usually ends up becoming a complete tear if you keep pitching. And so I'm wondering how he's going to have to manage that all year long. And if I'm the Bills, okay, I got to worry about, okay, if he can completely tear this shit, then he's out for the rest of this season and most of next year, which will then ruin this year and next year. So they've got to be very careful in how they walk this fine line, because if it's a slight tear, you might be better off just shelving his ass for several weeks or for the rest of the year to make sure it heals for next year. But if you want a risk, and I know they're keeping everybody in the dark because of preparation, all that kind of stuff, and they're still trying to decide. But I got to tell you, those partial tears in a UCL, that is some dangerous stuff if you've seen enough pictures over the years with that thing.
Well, here's the thing. I don't think the Bills can sit him for a few weeks and still expect to make the playoffs. Not with the AFC, how it's looking. I think if you sit him, your season's canned. Yeah, that's done. It's still a wrap. They still got to play the Bengals. They still got to play the Jets and the Dolphins again. They're down a game to both those teams. I think you said Josh Allen, goodbye to this season. And, Super Bowl windows are only open for so long. So I understand where the urgency is here. But, that's it's a major decision, especially with the workload that he has had this year, like the amount they're relying on him to throw the ball. So, I think they go ahead and sit him this week, maybe even sit him next week just to see. I think they've already had their bye, which is unfortunate for them, but the AFC is too tight to expect Case Keenum to bring you to victory, not with how injury depleted this roster has been.
Yeah, no, but hey, listen, Case Keenum will be able to do it, right? Because that's what they say about Tua. It's the offense, it's the receivers, and you put another guy in there and he'll have the same success as Tua. That's what we've got some people, thinking, so maybe in the Bills land, it's the same thing. You put somebody else in there and they'll be just like Josh Allen, because, everyone can play just like Josh Allen.
Yeah, no, that's what's that old Tom Moore quote for why they didn't practice, why they didn't give anybody else starter reps except Peyton Manning? Because if 18 goes down, we're effed, and we don't practice effed.
Right, exactly. 17
goes down. That was the whole reason in week 3 that I wasn't willing to take into account all the injuries the Bills had on defense. I don't care, because Josh Allen is playing and Stephon Diggs is playing. That's really all they need to be competitive. And they were in position to still win the damn game because he's that good.
Right. Yeah, that's right.
Without him, yeah, man, look, you can be as deep as you want. No Josh Allen, I'm not scared of the Bills at all.
Chase, one of our listeners there says, I was a pitcher in college. Even the most minor UCL injury will become a tear if you keep throwing. It requires Tommy John. UCL sprain is no throwing for 3 months minimum. The Bills are playing with fire. Well, maybe the Bills aren't playing with fire. Maybe the Bills are just playing a game right now with everybody else. They're getting their second and third opinions and all that, and they kind of know what's going on, but it's to their benefit to still keep the other teams they're about to face in the dark until they have to make the brutal decision. But I agree with you, because my experience covering baseball for many years, those UCL tears, bro, they become Tommy John almost every time. And if he's going to keep playing and throwing out there, then go ahead. And by the way, Marcel, the weather during the next couple of months does not benefit those kind of injuries, my friend.
They don't have a run game either to take something off his plate unless they want to turn him into Jalen Hurts or Justin Fields or Lamar Jackson. So, yeah, all of these are trending in a bad direction for Buffalo right now. It sucks for them, sucks for that team and that franchise. But, look, man, that's football, right? People get hurt.
Oh, yeah. No,
it's unfortunate.
I'm not feeling bad for them.
You're gonna get one, right? Like if you have a star quarterback, you're gonna get one, right? Like there's gonna be a year. Tom Brady tore his ACL. Drew Brees had whatever it is, I think with his shoulder. Peyton Manning had his neck. Like somebody, your star is not going to be 100% perfectly healthy every single year. You're probably gonna miss one season. They're probably gonna miss at least one season. That's just playing the odds. They're getting it out the way early, I guess. Like this is just trying to see the bright side, I guess. But it is something that you don't really want to mess around with. But it's an opportune time, I'll tell you what, for the rest of these teams in the AFC East. Because, the King's bleeding. Xerxes is bleeding right now. It's time to attack.
Yep, I'm with you there. All right. overall, injury-wise, pretty good, right, for the Dolphins going in this week?
Pretty healthy. Ron Armstead back at practice, but I think that's he's one of the guys that I don't know how worth it is to mention him every week. His new normal is he might practice once, he might not practice at all, but he's going to be ready on Sunday.
That's an improvement, Marcel. That's a freaking improvement, Marcel. He wasn't practicing at all. So the fact that he's practicing once, that his toes allowing him to practice once a week, that's huge, dude. I'm just
saying. Look what happened. Look what a little week off will do. Plus, they got their bye coming up. He's going to be off his feet for a little while. I expect that they're in a good position health-wise, all things considered. In terms of guys that can reasonably come back. Obviously, losing Needham, losing Brandon Jones sucks. But, for the guys like Xavier Howard, like Austin Jackson, like Teron Armstead, even Jalen Waddle has been banged up in and out of the week or throughout the week. They're in a good position with those guys. Byron Jones, man, I'm telling you, we floated the idea, I think, last week, right? Or after the game in Chicago. I don't know if he's playing, man. I don't know if he's playing. Like, I think if he does, maybe you get him back that late stretch at the end of December and try to ramp him up for the playoffs, and that'll be a boon for you. But until that window is even activated, cancel out the current week, the following week, and the week after. He's not playing any of them. He's going to need at least 2 weeks, maybe even 3 to ramp up and be ready for game day. So until that window is open, you can count on him being, out at least another 3 weeks. And I went to Spotrac today just to run the numbers real quick, just to see what it would be before June 1st. If they cut him, it's a $14 million dead cap hit. It's a lot. It sounds like a lot. Saves you $4 million in 2023 though, and then you're off the books. The rest of you're off the book, period. Wipe your hands clean. After June 1st, if you let him go, it's a $4 million dead cap hit in 2023. You save $14 million in 2023, but it's a $10 million hit in 2024.
Right.
So, it's pick your poison here. You want to bite that bullet now and get it done and over with, or you want to wait it out and have that $10 million hit in 2024. And there's a lot of guys you're going to need to play, including numero uno.
That will be the following year. So what you do is you cut them this offseason to take the $14 million hit, because you do have the cap space to actually take the hit this year. So you might as well take up that space, get rid of it, because moving forward, like you said, you're going to need that cap space for other people. Wilkins is actually the guy you got to pay this offseason. That's the guy you got to give.
You're going to have to pay Wilkins. You got to pay Wilkins. You got to pay damn Sealer. You're going to have to pay Van Ginkel if you want to keep him around. Pay Van Ginkel.
You could probably tag Van Ginkel for a year. You can probably tag him for a year and put it off.
That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money for Van Ginkel, who I think is good and is worth he's worth the payment. He's worth getting paid. But what's that franchise tag going to be? 10 plus?
I don't know.
Cool with 10 plus for Van Ginkel?
I'm not cool with 10 plus, but I don't think his tag will require that much. I think it'll be less than that, because he's a 5th rounder. He doesn't have enough stats on it that it's that big of a deal. So what is that transition tag or something? The lower tag. I think it's something you might be able to get away with him, and still protect it with a pick. Overall, I think you'll be able to do that with him. But yeah, you're right. You got people to pay.
It's coming, man. Like I just said, championship windows, Super Bowl windows, they're very small, because eventually, if you have a team full of good players, those good players want to get paid.
Yeah, but you'll also be opening up all kinds of cap space too at the same time next year, because Gesicki's gone, Teddy's gone. That's $17.5 million actually between those two guys, and there'll be other guys that you're going to move on from. So there's going to be a lot of cap space, because Skyler next year takes up no cap space as your backup quarterback. That's
you get Jones off the book. If you get Jones off the books, you manage to move on from him.
Right.
Then add another 4. That's $20 million right there between 3 players.
Right.
They've got draft picks. obviously, yeah, they don't have that first rounder anymore. They still have a second, and they still have 2/3. Ideally, you're finding 3 guys, at least one of them is going to have to be an instant impact kind of guy, like a Javon Holland type. Not saying they need a superstar, but they need a guy who they'll be able to slot in right away and start playing.
And by the way, they gained a little space, I would imagine, my brother. I'm not exactly sure what Jeff Wilson makes, but I'm sure it's a lot less than what Chase was going to get paid last year.
It is less than Chase. But you're going to have to make a decision on, because he's running the ball. Like, he ran the ball really well. He's already making waves in the locker room, positive waves in the locker room. Guys like him, coaching staff likes and trusts him. He's young, man. Like, I just wouldn't be shocked to see him come back, especially he's young and he's going to be cheap. And that seems like that's the mantra for the Kyle Shanahan running back valuation chart, right? Are you young? Are you productive? Are you cheap? Ding, ding, ding for Jeff Wilson. Bring him back for the low. Obviously deserves every dollar he's going to get, but like, we're not going to sit here and pretend that, you know, he's going to make Chase Edmonds money. That's $7 million a year, $6 million a year type of money. You know, you might be able to give him 2. So I'd say bring Jeff Wilson back, but it's a lot of decisions that, again, like, we got to get through this season first. We are bringing up hypotheticals when we don't have the entire formula yet. You know, I mean, we don't have all the variables. We don't have all the letters and all the parts of the equation yet. We can't come up with a solution until the rest of it is filled out. But there are some decisions to make.
Yeah, I'm with you there. There's no doubt. Your thoughts on this game against the Browns this week? Are you feeling the way Coach McDaniel's feeling about him?
Look, what's making me, I guess, a little bit nervous about, if I'm a Dolphins fan, what makes me a little bit nervous are teams who can control the ball. And that's why Chicago made me a little bit more nervous than Detroit did, because Detroit's not equipped to hang on to the ball if they go up early. Chicago, as you clearly saw, could dominate possession because Justin Fields is just going to run circles around the defense. I'm not saying Jacoby Brissett is going to do that, but 24 will. Nick Chubb absolutely can. They got another guy, Kareem Hunt, everybody's pretty familiar with, who can spell Chubb and keep that time of possession skewed in Cleveland's favor. So, you know, if Miami doesn't start fast, then that, when I say start fast, I mean the damn defense doesn't start fast. It's going to be it might be a long game. It might be a tough game. I think if the defense can kind of nut up and get a couple stops early, allow that offense to score, I will, because his offense has basically not been stopped over the past 2 weeks. You know, if they're able to build an early lead and force Jacoby Brissett to throw the ball, I think we're all really familiar with what it looks like when Jacoby Brissett is forced to throw. So take that run game away from Cleveland, and let's go see 2022 Jacoby Brissett play some football.
Well, you know what I do like about this game, Miami's been really good against the run going into the contest last week. But you're not facing Justin Fields anymore. You're not facing a quarterback that can actually make you look absolutely silly. So I'm actually expecting, even though Chubb is awesome and their running game is the best in the NFL the last 3 years, including this season, they're probably the best. I'm still expecting them to do a much better job this week against a typical running back than a absolute freak in Justin Fields. That, you know, it's like there's these group of Dolphin fans that I don't understand. They're not like willing to give somebody else credit. You know what I mean? And that's what you had to do this past week. You got to just tip your hat to Justin Fields. The guy's a superior athlete, man. He's just awesome.
The guy can play ball. And like, so right now the Bears and the Ravens are 1 and 2 respectively in rushing yards per game in the NFL. Obviously, the Dolphins gave up quite a few yards to both teams, but when you take out, let's look at the Ravens game. 155 rushing yards Baltimore had. 119 of them were from Lamar Jackson. Justice Hill, 16 yards on 3 carries with a long of 13. So one carry went 13 yards, the other went 2, the other went 1. Kenyon Drake, 6 attempts, 8 yards. Patrick Ricard, 1 for 5. Like, they're not doing anything to actual ball carriers. They're just getting beat off. They're getting beat off scrambles. And even still, you go to Chicago, 252 rushing yards. Yeah, that, you know, makes you throw up in your mouth a little bit, but 178 of them were Justin Fields. David Montgomery, 14 carries, 36 yards. Khalil Herbert, 7 carries, 23 yards. you're going to take that kind of production from a team's actual ball carriers. Like, I think that you're like, it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay as long as you don't have a freak athlete scrambling around behind the line of scrimmage. And it's hard to prepare for that. It's hard to prepare for that. You have to have somebody, you have to basically run that scramble drill all practice long. I'm not sure whether or not that's what Miami did. If they had somebody playing the Justin Fields role, like you often see teams play the Lamar Jackson role leading up to Ravens week. But it is not easy to prepare for guys like that because most of the production is not by design. And granted, Nick Chubb is going to be, I think he'll probably be the best running back they've faced all year, just off the top of my head. You know, running through the schedule, besides Joe Mixon, but Joe Mixon didn't do a whole lot. He'll be the best running back they play all year. So it's a different kind of beast here. And, you know, he's a guy who can easily crack the 120, 130 mark. But, you know, they do how they've performed against the run, quarterbacks notwithstanding, has inspired a little bit of confidence coming into this game.
All right. So Marcel Louis-Jacques, by the way, ESPN joining us here on our myedgedrink.com Miami Dolphins report. And remember, you can order the finest energy drink on the planet, Edge Energy Drink. Go to myedgedrink.com. Look at the new cover. That thing looks awesome. And it is delicious, smooth, and it has zero aftertaste. I tell you this all the time. You can't get it in a store. You got to go myedgedrink.com. You'll get it delivered right to your home, right to your office. Use our code BIGO. You will get 10% off. And after that, you're going to thank me because you're going to go, wow, this is an amazing energy drink. It really has zero aftertaste. It really is delicious, smooth, only 78 calories. myedgedrink.com. All right. So you know about this kid. I know about this kid. We watched him all the way back in training camp. He started injured, came off the injured list, and then all of a sudden, some kid out of Texas A&M Commerce has now into the national prominence this week, put out their rookie power rankings entering week 10. Sauce Gardner, 1. Garrett Wilson, 2. Tariq Woolen, 3. Drake London, 4. Chris Olave, 5. Number 6, rookie overall. Not a first rounder, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, not 7 rounds. No. Undrafted Division II, Kader Kohou, getting love from the national media and CBS, dude. Now, what does it mean for Kader? And what does it mean for guys like Chris Greer and obviously Josh Boyer, who, you know, was allowed to go out and discover him and do his thing? I mean, this is a great story all around, dude.
Yeah, man. And that's why we're even having these conversations about Byron Jones to begin with. That's why these conversations are serious. You know, we're not just, you know, this isn't just emotion and reactive. Like, it's a serious conversation because you got a guy who, again, cheap, young, productive. It's the holy trinity of how to lose your job in the NFL. If somebody below you is cheap, young, and productive, I'm sorry, bro, you missed time for whatever reason, you are up for elimination. It's happened before. It'll happen again. You know, he's good in coverage. Don't get me wrong. But what I really can appreciate about this guy is his willingness to tackle. He is not scared to tackle.
You saw his body, right? You saw his body, right? I mean, he's not built like a Division II player. You know what I'm saying?
I'm in the Dolphins locker room. He's a big dude. He's a big dude for a cornerback. Like, very built dude for a cornerback, man. He does look like somebody who's not scared to lower his shoulder into somebody. We saw it last week. Bears ran a screen pass to, I'm honestly blanking on who exactly they ran it to, but it was early in the game, first drive even, I think. And he and Eric Rowe just run heads first or shoulders first and blow it the hell up, man. It's impressive. It's not the first time he's flashed that. He's been good since the summer. It's a hell of a find for Josh Boyer, which I know, like, you know, Josh Boyer he's a popular scapegoat here, but you know, he does deserve credit for finding Kohou there, although, you know, finding Kohou does not you know, it does not absolve you of any play calling woes or schematic woes, but he does deserve his flowers. He does deserve his credit.
He's done a good job, bro. He's done a good job, man.
Like every now and then you can look at him and say, like, okay, why weren't they doing this? Why is this guy in at this point? Why is he not playing? But there's been a philosophical flip in the Dolphins defense. And this is why, like, I wasn't really ready to just say, not that I don't think the Dolphins could win a Super Bowl, but I wasn't willing to jump on that Bradley Chubb, this is a Super Bowl or bust team. Now they're all in. Now that's not really how I saw it. How I saw it was again, a philosophical 180 for what this defense does. Historically, over the past few years, their strength is in the secondary. And coming into the year, if everybody's healthy with the Joneses, with Holland, with Howard, all you need is just a relentless pass rush. You need a pass rush that doesn't quit. You don't need superstars to get to the quarterback. You just need guys to go generate pressure and throw 50-50 balls up to a secondary full of ball hawks. Those ball hawks aren't there anymore. You're missing 3 of them. So now you're switching your philosophy to now your strength lies in your front 7. Now they have to go get pressure. Now they have to go bring down the quarterback. And so, like, that's where I think we judge Boyer more from here on out than the past 8-9 weeks, because it's a different Dolphins defense now. Like, up here schematically, they're a different Dolphins defense. So I am interested to see how he draws things up. There's a specific formation they use where Jalen Phillips puts his hand in the dirt and Bradley Chubb lines up right alongside him, right outside of him. And I love that. I love throwing all that firepower at one side. I want to see that more often. We saw it a couple times there against Chicago. I thought actually Jalen Phillips was very good against Chicago. They might not show up on the stat sheet. Bradley Chubb might not show up on the stat sheet, but I thought both of them were generating pressure. Justin Fields is just an extremely good athlete and got away from it. There's not really a whole lot you could do. There's not a lot of breaking down and chopping steps you could do when a guy who runs a 4.3 decides he wants to run away from you. You know what I mean?
No, I'm with you there. I'm with you 100% on that one. And listen, I think he's done an overall great job, because you can't replace Brandon Jones. You're playing with your your 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th corners. Because obviously Trill Williams was your 4, Needham was your 3, and Jones is your 2. And they're all gone. You know what I mean? And by the way,
forgot about Mackenzie Alexander as well. I already know he's there for 3 days.
Yeah, but he didn't show me anything. I don't know anything about him. With Trill, at least, I saw him from last year, and then this year he was actually developing into something, which, by the way, this front office to find Needham, Trill, and Kohu off the street, and let's see what Veron McKinley does, because they obviously, every time they like one of these cats and they hang on to them, the Robert Jones, the Trill Williams, the Nick Needhams, I'm intrigued with Tanner Connor. I'm intrigued with Veron McKinley. I want to find out, because they must like something about these guys, and you think about this. So Byron Jones is not holding out, is injured and dealing with that. Noah hasn't come through, but man, you find Kohu, you find Needham, you find Trill, you find Robert Jones off the street, another guy you kept last year. You kept developing him, and we'll see how he plays. He's done all right. Yeah, it's one of these things that sometimes you're going to run into roadblocks with some of your draft picks or injuries or whatever, and you've got to find a way to unearth talent somewhere else. And for them to find on street free agency, look at the Shell kid, who's done a terrific job overall off the street at right tackle. All these kind of things, man. That's the stuff that fans cannot overlook, that kind of work from the front office.
No, they can't. I think I think Chris Grier deserves his credit. Josh Boyer deserves his credit. McDaniel deserves credit for putting him in position to succeed. It's just been, again, it has been a vastly improved coaching staff here over the past year, and I think we're seeing a team with a purpose. And I don't think we really saw a team with a purpose last year, a team with an identity, I should say, not necessarily purpose. We're seeing a team with an identity right now. And it's fun, man. Look, if nothing else, nothing else, Dolphins are damn fun to watch. I watched every single snap last year, just like y'all did. Every single snap last year. And sometimes they took the field, and I'm watching like this from the press box. I'm watching disgusting offense. I'm watching a bend but don't break defense with an offense that can't keep up. Watching a team where
I had to hire an intern to go into the press box and throw a cold glass of water in Marcel's face just to keep him awake last year during his coverage.
I look on I do Time Hop, right, every day. And
what's that?
It's like a Time Hop where you can you connect your Facebook and your Twitter and photos, like your phone's photo albums, and it shows you on this day last year, 2 years ago, 3, 4, 5 years ago.
I got you.
And so the other day, the damn Houston game came up from last year. The Tyrod versus Jacoby game came up. And it just reminded me, damn, we really had to watch that. That was the worst game. 9 turnovers that game, if y'all remember. Because I forgot. I put it out of my system. I didn't even rewatch the tape, man. 9 combined turnovers that game. And now we're watching an offense where Tyreek Hill might take it to the house anytime he touches the ball, where Tua's letting the thing fly at will, where, they trust their quarterback to stretch the field, and he's not afraid to. So I think it's just it is a philosophically different team than the one that we saw in 2021 and in 2020. Man, I saw y'all from afar in 20. I saw from afar in 19. Ugly teams that were relying on Ryan Fitzpatrick having a Ryan Fitzmagic moment. And now
we've had ugly teams for 20 years, my brother. We've had ugly teams for 20 years, man. 20 years. This is the first time. This is why it drives me crazy if any Dolph fan is complaining about anything going on right now. Considering the shit we've had to deal with for 25 years, even the Jimmy Johnson years. Okay, he destroyed the offense around Marino. He took away his audibles. He took away his pass-catching backs. He traded away Irving Fryer. I mean, he weakened that offense completely, and it was boring to watch, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar score a bunch of 1-yard touchdowns. That was the offense back in those days. Since the mid-'90s, since Marino left, till now, Marcel, it's been brutal. Yeah, a year or two of watching Ricky, a year of watching Lamar Smith, and a year of watching Jay Ajayi. Big shit, dude. So you watch 4 years of running backs. Great. Fantastic. What lights it up is the passing game, and they haven't had a franchise quarterback. And now they got a kid that is just absolutely dealing. For me, any Dolphin fan that's complaining now compared to the shit we've had to deal with for 25 years is out of their minds.
Yeah, it's a fun team to watch. And I can appreciate, again, you got to just appreciate that. It's a fun team to watch. It's a team that wins, man. It's a team that's accelerated. It's rebuilt. It's kind of, covered up its mistakes. You're getting the rare first-year coach that's everything living up to the hype, man. There's no moments like in Denver and Nathaniel Hackett. There's no head-scratching, game-losing decisions like that. I think they're 3 losses. Can you really point at Mike McDaniel for any of them and say this is your fault?
No, they hung in there. And by the way, Josh Boyer, the aforementioned coach, his unit did a hell of a job to keep them in those games, in those 3 games, that he gave their offense a chance to actually even win some of those games. So nobody mentions that. You know what I'm saying?
I usually hate playing that game. You know what I mean? I usually hate playing if he was playing, then this, if this, then that. But dude, I don't have a legitimate argument. I don't have a legitimate argument to say that if Tua didn't play if he didn't finish Cincy, if he didn't play in New York, if he didn't play in Minnesota, I don't have a legitimate argument against them winning those games. Maybe just for the rule of odds, or just to be conservative.
8-1. Worst case scenario. If Tua plays all those games,
maybe they win. Maybe
worst case scenario, they're 8-1.
But my God, they beat Minnesota. Minnesota was garbage. I can't believe that they're still 7-1 right now. I can't believe they're 7-1. That was not a good team. I know. It was not a good team.
Yeah, Kirk Cousins.
Jets as well. Jets Jets, maybe they lose. If they're going to lose any of them, I would say probably that game, just because the defense looks like the real deal. I'm not sure. I'm not saying, definitively one way or another. I'm saying if I had to pick any of those 3 games to lose, then I would guess it might be that Jets game. But still, like like I said, I don't have an argument against it. I don't have like a wholehearted argument that I am not saying through gritted teeth against the Dolphins winning all 3 games without Tua. So
it's ridiculous to argue it, bro. It's ridiculous to argue when you see what's going on every week and how he's lighting them up. It's ridiculous. All right, we wrap it up with this. Dolphins favored by 4. What do you tell the sports investment folks out there? Marcel Louis-Jacques of ESPN.
Oh man, I say usually don't listen to me. I'm a DFS guy. I'm taking Miami. I'm taking Miami at home. Again, what a world that we're living in now, right? What a world that we're living in now, where a level-headed person like myself, a rational, objective person like myself, comes into a game and says, "Look, if number 1 is playing, more often than not, I'm going to trust that team to win." Right. That's all I wanted. That's all I wanted to see coming into the season. I said I'm not going to say one way or another if I'm for Tua as the guy or anti-Tua as the guy. All I want to see, this guy has weapons around him now. I want to see him be the reason why Miami wins. I saw it against Baltimore. I saw it against, I saw him ice it against Buffalo. I saw the game-winning drive against Buffalo, despite 30 snaps, 40 snaps, if that.
Very efficient in Buffalo because they didn't get the ball a lot, but they scored when they had it.
This is why, like, again, the points per drive is an important stat. Points per drive and offensive EPA, both of which, when Tua plays, the Dolphins are top 5 in the NFL. Efficiency stats, man, like 2022. But I saw him play perfect when he had to be perfect in Baltimore. I saw him be perfect when he had to be perfect in Detroit. I saw him be perfect when he had to be for at least 3.5 quarters in Chicago. I'm at a point where if Tua throws the ball, I am assuming it is going to be complete. I am assuming he's making a good decision with the ball. So I take Miami until I'm proven otherwise.
There you go. And make sure you tell Poupar, who's coming up in 15 minutes, make sure you see him next time, tell him that, because he thinks there'd be no drop-off pretty much with Teddy Bridgewater. Playing.
Just saw the drop-off with Teddy.
No, but he thinks that if Teddy's...
I love Teddy, man.
But come on, bro.
I love Teddy, but we were all there all summer, man. We were there all summer. Like, I love Teddy. Funny as hell in the locker room. He's a good dude, man. But, like, with all due respect, this was never a competition. This is not nobody's pushing. He's not pushing him for a job. Tua is the reason why this offense is humming. Tyreek helps a lot. Tyreek helps a ton, man. But respectfully, again, he put up crazy work, and then but the team still lost.
Right. So
he's peppered with targets, pepper with targets, but none of them were pushing the ball downfield like he does with Tua.
Of course, because Tua's at another level, bro. Follow him on Twitter at Marcel_LJ and catch his work at ESPN and catch him twice a week here. He'll be back on Sunday in our post-game show, as we'll talk about the Dolphins defeating those Browns. And we'll talk to Marcel fresh out of Hard Rock Stadium. Marcel, have a fantastic weekend, my friend. You stay safe.
Appreciate it. Y'all do the same.
You got it. There you go. You now have the edge.
You now have the edge on the Miami Dolphins with the Edge Energy Drink Miami Dolphins Report featuring ESPN's Marcel Louis-Jacques. Get the energy drink that's delicious and smooth with zero aftertaste. You can only order Edge Energy Drink at myedgedrink.com. That's myedgedrink.com.
Got to really understand something about this show. If you want to try to be a dick, I'm going to be a bigger dick. If you want to be an asshole, I can be a bigger asshole. You want to be a smart ass, I can be a bigger smart ass. Okay? Been doing this for 33 years. So Alexander S., he goes, someone explain to Big O that Gesicki and Bridgewater only have 1-year deals, so there's no cap savings on them because they're already off the books because they are free agents. Well, Alexander, somebody explained to you that you still, if Teddy leaves, you got to go replace him with a backup quarterback. And usually they're going to cost you $6, $7, $8, $9, $10 million. But because you have an exceptional general manager named Chris Greer, he drafted a young man by the name of Skylar Thompson out of Kansas State. And guess what? They're only going to have to pay him a couple $100,000 next year. So guess what? They've got themselves a hell of a cap savings, where most of the league has to then go buy a veteran free agent or some kind of middle of the road starter that's your backup. You know, what's the name of that clown that's over in the Bills Trubisky there in the Giants. They shipped his ass over to the Giants, right? He left Buffalo to the Giants, and he's the back. You either got to pay a clown like that $6-7 million, but instead it's Skylar. So that's the point. And Gesicki, you still need another tight end, but they're probably going to draft a young guy, or Cameron is the guy that they're going to start to give him more time along with Smythe. So yeah, you got to replace them. That's the point. And the beauty is that if Byron Jones screws up and Kader Kohou develops as the year goes on, then he becomes a starter next year. And oh my God, you're paying a Division II undrafted guy for a couple of years the money that you wouldn't have to pay a veteran. If Robert Jones comes through this year, he's an undrafted lineman that you would then cash in on, and it would give you a break in the cap. That's what I'm talking about. So if you don't understand football, Mr. Alexander, maybe you shouldn't, comment on it, my brother. Okay? What's that? What about the Steelers? Oh, Trubisky. All right, so he's with the Steelers. So you would have to pay that clown to be your backup. Okay? Wow. Some of you out there, man, you want to bring it, that's fine. You want to ask me a question. Oh, why would you say that? Ask it. But don't be a smart ass. Somebody you don't have to tell me, my brother. All right? I'm already leaving while you're still coming. All right? You're still trying to figure out football. I already figured it out. We're good, bro. Wow, I thought only Marcel did interviews in his car. What's wrong with doing interviews in your car? Brother, he was in his home this time. Yeah, but he probably, because he's been in the car before after the game. Yeah. Yeah, but after the game, he's in the car. He's got to call us. That's the beauty of today in this world, that you can do it in the car, do it at home. It doesn't matter, man. It's a beautiful thing. What's that?
Like with the radio interviews, you think nobody's driving?
Of course, dude. Yeah, they're all in their cars.
Now you can see it.
Yeah, they're in a car, in a stadium, or at the house. One of the two. Hell, sometimes we get them at the airport. Some of our guys have been in airports. I can't wait till one of our insiders is at a strip club. Now, that'll be good. He's talking to us. He's dropping some dollars inside, making it rain. And, hey, hold on. Before I answer that question, let me make it rain here. That's what we need now. One of our insiders.
Which one of the insiders do you think it would be?
Which insider would dare do something like that?
There's really only one I can think of, honestly.
Out of that whole group,
yeah.
Which one? Hold on a second. Which one? Not Marcel. Definitely not Cameron. Joe Shad's not going to do it. That's for sure. Omar Kelly.
That's the one I was leaning toward.
Yeah, Omar Kelly might do it. Omar might
just for the rift of it too.
Ira's definitely not going to do it.
No.
Ian Rappaport's not going to do it.
No. Ian.
Yeah, no.
That'd be great.
Yeah, no. Andy Barron, Scott Pianowski, they're not going to do it.
No. All right.
Matt Verderam's not going to do it. Yeah, Omar would be
Manny Navarro?
Manny Navarro's definitely not doing it.
No, okay. All right.
Gabby Arrudia's not doing it. Mike McCoy's not doing it.
No.
What else? Do we have anybody left on the platform that I haven't mentioned?
No, I think we hit them all.
Yeah, Omar would be the only one that might do it for us. Because Omar, see, the best part about what people don't realize, Omar is the best sport there is in town,
yeah,
right? He's so
he'll
awesome.
do it just to do it.
Yeah, he'll do it. And he doesn't care. And he'll tell you whatever prediction. And if it's crazy or whatever, and then you'll be ripping him. And he's like, he don't care. He just moves on. NBC reported that the league admitted that there were 2 missed penalties in the Dolphins-Bears game, the no call on Cross and PI and the PI call on Eddie Jackson. Oh, well, yeah, I don't you know how many times that happens? I don't care about that. That's their problem. That's not mine. I'm just trying to lighten the mood, William Youngblood says. LOL. I was like, no, dude, you tell Big O that, and I'm going to watch the beatdown. Big O, please get insiders at strip clubs to use wide lens for maximum viewing of background. You know, we should probably add a strip club to our sponsorship group. We should probably team up with a strip club and go do a show there once a month. Poor Sean will end up divorced because his girl will probably freak out that he's at a strip club every month. My wife's kind of used to it, so, you know, business is business. As long as I'm not sitting there using the money on the girls, I'm bringing it home. She's good, bro. She's good. Yes, Lorenzo. We mentioned it now. Thank you. It's got to be up to you, Big O. Well, King Shark, you know I would do it. You know what I'm saying? Well, I'm at a strip club. I would do it. I've done lots of shows over the years at strip clubs. Goldfingers, Tootsies, Cheetah, Treasure Island. What was the name of the one that was? It's not Goldfingers, but it was called. I think it was a gold, like on 163rd and US 1. It's on the northeast corner. Solid Gold? Solid Gold, right? Solid Gold. I've done shows there. God. I've done, it's 30 years of being in radio. I've done shows all over, strip clubs all over South Florida, man. Yeah. In fact, you know Craig Mish and I? Huh? Oh, Craig Mish. No, he'll never do it. He'll never do it. He won't do it. He won't do it. But here's the funny part. Craig Mish and I, one year, did an entire season of fantasy football at a strip club. They were the sponsors. So he and I were sitting there talking fantasy in the middle of a strip club. It was hilarious. It was great. It was fun. Big O, when are you guys going to be going to the McDaniel and Tua press conferences? Next week we'll go back. We'll go on Wednesday over there, and hang out over at the facility. Omar Kelly's afraid of his wife. He won't do it. His wife is really cool, man. She's actually, she'll probably freak out a little bit if he does that for sure. Most women would, by the way. Big O, you think the Falcons are going to get get to beat the Panthers tonight? Oh God, such a bad game, dude. I'm gonna watch Heat Hornets, which is a sorry game, but I love my Heat because the Hornets suck. They're 3-9. Ball. They're missing like a couple guys on that team. It's not and they're bad. As it is. It's a Michael Jordan-led team. I mean, you know, Michael Jordan is so amazing. He, as great as he was a player, that's how much he sucks as a GM. It's freaking awesome. It really is. And it just doesn't matter to him, you know? Really is amazing. All right. What else? I find stripper Lili therapist that you can talk to at a level that makes you feel you're on top of the world. Oh, you mean you find a stripper a little like a therapist? Is that what he means? I think that's what he kind of means. I think strippers are there to be kind of therapists for some of those guys that are lonely. For sure. Bartenders do that too all the time. For sure, man. I knew a buddy of mine that would go to strip clubs, and he'd go to the champagne room to get, some private dances. Now, most men will go to the champagne room and get a private dance. Little friction and all that, right? He literally would go back there to talk to them. He was a lonely guy. So, you know, it happens. Big O, who is worse, the Heat or the Lakers? Well, the Lakers for sure, because they've got all that drama. You know, that's the problem with the Lakers. They've got all the drama. The Heat are just not good enough right now. That's all. There's not like finger point. They don't have a problem in there like Russell Westbrook that doesn't fit and all that kind of stuff. They don't have that going on. They don't have the mess that's going on with the Nets and all that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Met my wife at Treasure Island. Bad times. I go to the strip club for the $2 steaks. There you go. There you go. Hey, you go to Tootsie's. Their food is excellent, dude. Okay? I've been to Tootsie's several times. They were, they were a sponsor of ours for several years. Mike G runs the place. I think Mike G is still there. And we used to go there all the time. Sometimes when I'd have some of my friends from the NFL visit us, different kinds of personnel folks and guys like that in the NFL, we would go to Tootsie's and hang out there, smoke cigars, and have a great dinner, man. They usually have some pretty damn good food at Tootsie's. All right, let's take a break. Let's get ready for hour number 3. When we come back, guess who's taking over? Alan Poupart, baby. Yes, sir. Our EJDconstruction.com Miami Dolphins report. That is next.
Welton Rayom has more than 62 years of litigation experience handling insurance disputes. They're committed to resolving even the toughest insurance claims quickly. Call them for a free consultation. 954-966-4646. At Welton Rayom, they don't get paid unless you win. Property damage claims to your home, business, or condo as a result of a hurricane. Welton Rayom can help. Water, mold, fire, smoke damage, Welton Rayom can help. Call 954-966-4646.
If you're a Miami sports fan, then there's only one store to go to, and that's Caneswear at Miami Fanwear in Davie. They're your one-stop shop for all your Inter Miami CF, Canes, Dolphins, Panthers, and Marlins merchandise. They have hats, t-shirts, game day jerseys, and so much more. Located at 2511 South University Drive in Davie, and open 24/7 online at caneswear.com or intermiamiwear.com. Call them at 954-835-5597. Caneswear, the spot where Inter Miami and all Miami sports fans shop.
Why is it that you get locked out in the worst moments of your life?
Where are my car keys? Man, I can't find my house keys.
In those frustrating moments, you need a locksmith you can count on. A. Lenny Locksmiths in South Florida, from Miami to Port St. Lucie. In Central Florida, A. Lenny locks it down in Orlando and Tampa Bay. Lockouts or lock changes for home or business. Car key replacements and programming all model cars. 24-hour service. Call them at 855-869-5625. Go to the website at alennylocksmith.com.
Oh, I think I know what this is. Houston, we have a package. Hello?
No matter where you are, the Sloman Shield home security system guards your home. With next-gen perimeter protection, 24/7 monitoring, and interior motion sensing. And right now, get a free Sloman Shield security system and doorbell camera, all professionally installed, for free.
Shield your world, the Sloman Shield.
Welcome to Red Light Therapy, a revolutionary technology perfected by NASA to aid in muscle strengthening and recovery. Red and infrared light has the capacity to penetrate deep into the cell's mitochondria, potentially leading to increased energy, faster recovery, and the optimal performance your body demands. Train, fight, recover.
For over 16 years, EJDconstruction.com has provided South Florida residents quality craftsmanship, accurate project management, and exceptional service. That's why EJDconstruction.com is an A-rated member of Angie's List and the Better Business Bureau. When you're looking for the right custom home builder for additions or home remodeling, please call my friend Eric at 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843 for EJDconstruction.com.
The viewpoint, statements, or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyAccess.com, Media Group Inc. ownership, management, sponsors, or website.
All right. We are ready to go. Rosendo just sent out, wow, the Playboy Club. That takes me back. They didn't close that in the mid-'80s. Yeah, they closed it in the 80s. Yeah. I actually had an uncle that worked at the Playboy Club, and it was off of Biscayne in like 74th or 5th or something like that, and we would go pick him up, right? He didn't have a car, so my mom would go pick him up. And every time I would go and pick him up, he'd get out of the Playboy Club, and when he'd walk out, he'd always have a present for me. And yeah, it was like Playboy cards or whatever, because they always had some kind of a toy that had, like, you know, the Playboy girl on it and all that, or the bunny or whatever. You know, it was actually pretty cool, pretty funny. Somebody mentioning the Playboy Club from back in the days. Alan, do you remember the days when you used to peruse through the Playboy Club there on Biscayne Boulevard?
I can't say I never frequented that fine establishment. I do believe, for some reason, I remember driving by it
long time ago, because it wasn't that far from where I lived when we first moved down. And back then, that neighborhood was, whoo, doggy. That was the kind of neighborhood that you were playing with your life. You know, now they've cleaned it up completely, and there's all kinds of businesses now all throughout Biscayne from downtown up. So it's become like a different area from back in those days when it was kind of an ugly situation. All right, so this matchup, is this one? What would you be concerned about if you're a Dolphins fan? What should they be concerned about this week against the Browns?
Well, I think you look at the Browns team, and the first thing that would jump out is the running game with Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt. But here's the thing, though. If you look at what the Dolphins have done against the run, and I asked Josh Boyer that question this morning of like how he would evaluate the running game, the run defense as a whole, because to me it's been really, really good, except if you eliminate the three really long runs, Justin Fields, Lamar Jackson, and Dalvin Cook. And two of those are scrambles by the quarterback, and I don't think Jacoby Brissett's going to run 50 yards on the Dolphins anytime they play. And the Dalvin Cook, to me, was kind of situational, because it was at the end of the game where the Dolphins really needed to stop. So they stacked the line, and he got through, and then there's nobody back there because everybody's up. So, but other than that, you look at their run defense, to me, has been really good. So I think the Dolphins are equipped to get the job done against that Cleveland running game, even though it's good. And the Cleveland defense has been spotty, but it's coming off a really good game against Cincinnati, and I'm winning that game. And now they're coming off a bye. So it's going to be a tougher challenge for the offense than Chicago or Detroit were.
Wilson obviously made a seamless transition like all these San Fran guys have done so far. What did you see in the film with Chubb? Because, you know, with him, obviously he's joining a new team and a new scheme and all that kind of stuff. So there isn't going to be a seamless transition for him. I kind of got to expect a little rough edges there overall. So what did you see in the film this week, and what do they got to do to get him more incorporated? Because it's clear that they needed to go get another pass rusher, because that secondary needs some help. So they got to go get more pressure so you don't expose it. And I would imagine that's why you also wanted to add a guy like Chubb. So the two-part question is, what did you see from him this week, and what do you think they need to do to get a little more out of him?
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I actually was more impressed when I rewatched the game than when I watched it live. When I watched it live, I was like, The dude didn't do anything.
Right.
And then you rewatch and it's like, yeah, there are a few times when he got around, beat his guy, and got fairly close. He didn't get, I don't think he ever got a hand on Fields, but he got close a couple of times. And again, I want to say, yeah, the transition should have been seamless, and it was pretty seamless, but it's still a game like 4 days after he comes to South Florida. So I certainly wouldn't make any grandiose declarations about him off of one game.
Is it almost unfair too, Alan, because you don't face a freak like Fields every week? So he kind of makes everybody look stupid, you know. And when he's playing like he played on Sunday, you just got to tip your hat to that guy and say, "Holy shit, dude, you were lights out. You know, you were unstoppable."
No, and the proof of that is you tell me the last time you remember a AFC or the NFC Player of the Week at either offense, defense, or special teams from a losing team. They gave it to Fields. That tell you, I mean,
wow.
Dude was balling.
Didn't even think about that.
Yeah, I don't recall the last time that's ever been done. And it's like the Dolphins have had some great performances and losses, and automatically it's like, well, he's not going to get it. He should get it, but he's not going to get it because they lost. It just doesn't happen. I saw somebody tweet out that it was the first time it ever has happened. I don't know if that's true or not, but I don't know. Anyway, the guy was brilliant, and that's the thing with these types of quarterbacks like that. If they're playing well, and especially if they're passing well, there are a couple of passes where Fields was kind of all over the place, but he also had a lot of really good throws. And like, for example, if Lamar Jackson's on his game throwing the ball, I mean, good luck dealing with him. That is one bitch of an assignment when you got the guys operating on both ends, and Fields was really, really good. So I don't know that I go crazy about, man, they played bad defense. They played bad defense. You know, they didn't play great defense, but tip your hat, like you said, tip your hat to Justin Fields.
Yeah, dude, you gotta do it. Are you calling a restaurant or something? Is your order ready, or what's going on there?
I'm getting dings from messages because my laptop's linked to my phone, and I'm not technologically advanced enough to know how to turn it off. So you'll have to forgive me.
I gotta give props to a national service today. I showed this to Marcel. I'm sure you saw this already. And you watched the kid. We've all watched the kid, and we've been very impressed at his rise from Division II Texas A&M Commerce. But what did you think this week, where CBS put him at number 6 in the rookie power rankings? And you know, there's a bunch of first and second round picks in there. They're supposed to be on that list. Some dude from Division II that's undrafted is not supposed to be on that list, Alan. What the hell is this?
No, he's been very good. I don't know about 6, and I haven't studied all rookies around. Damian Pierce is a complete beast. I don't. No offense, I don't know how you put Cater over him, but that aside, he's been really, really impressive. And the thing that's jumped out at me the most is his tackling ability. I mean, that the kid tackles. That's been really, really impressive. In fact, I'm not sure I've been impressed by a cornerback this quickly in terms of his tackling ability since Vontae Davis.
Okay. I like that. Vontae was always willing to get his nose dirty. You're right about that. And as I told Marcel when we brought this up, he's built, you know, to take punishment, to give punishment, because that's the one thing you look at Cater. He's not built like your average Division II player. He's already got an NFL body on him. Yep. And that's one thing that I've been impressed with. As you know, lots of these guys, they don't really end up coming in with an NFL body. They kind of have to develop it. There are those freaks, obviously. And he seems to be like a kid that, dude, yep. he's well built. Well built.
Yeah, he's thick. No, and the only thing that worried, when I saw him in training camp, and then I mentioned this, the only thing that worried about me is he had a tendency to be handsy. And that's not really been a major problem so far. So no, dude, I mean, a rookie undrafted free agent, you can't ask for more than that.
I'm with you there. All right. Offensive line, Jackson getting back into the mix. It sounded this week like the coaches, I forgot which, I think it was the offensive coordinator or the O-line coach. I forgot which one it was. It says that in the end, we're going to play the best 5.
It's Frank Smith.
It was Frank Smith. Okay. That kind of sounds to me that we're not making any changes yet, right? Because this is a line that hasn't allowed a sack in 2 weeks, I believe.
If they may have had a couple. I will tell you this. No, I don't think they make a change, and he hasn't practiced enough anyway. He didn't practice yesterday. He was limited today. I will tell you this: the few times Tua was pressured Sunday, it looked to me like it came from Brandon Shell's side.
Okay.
I know there was one play specifically where he got beat very quickly at the line. There was another play where I don't know whose fault it was, but the defender got between Shell and Robert Hunt and had a free run. And those were the only two occasions. But for the most part, Shell has played well. Jackson's not ready anyway. I'd be shocked if he was active.
What do you know about Byron, bro?
I know. I'd like to know more. I mean,
I love the reaction.
It's just so weird. It's just so weird. And I mean, because the possibilities are, there are a bunch of them out there. Did the Dolphins overestimate how quickly he could come back? Were there setbacks?
There have been setbacks.
Mike McDaniel, well, I think that would go against what McDaniel has said publicly.
Anybody going to tell you that he's going to get fired? Flores or something? Anybody going to tell you that Flores hates Tua and didn't want him? No. But I'll tell you, he's had some issues, a hamstring. He's had some stuff on his way back and trying, from what I'm hearing, that he's had some stuff. It's not a Will Fuller thing, like I've mentioned many, many times.
No,
he seems to be very particular about how he comes back. And he's had a ding here, a ding there, a setback there, a setback here. And he's the guy that will not play if he's not, pretty much close to 100%. And I think he's also doing that, like I've mentioned now for several weeks. I think he's doing business with the Dolphins right now. And I believe he will come back. But I believe he's going to come back towards the back end for a couple games because he has to showcase his skills for free agency. So at least it'll benefit the Dolphins that you get him back and you can make your playoff run with him. But I think he's doing business, bro. I really do. At least from what I'm hearing.
Yeah, and then certainly wouldn't surprise me. He wouldn't be the first guy. And here's the thing. I'm fully expecting to make I'm fully expecting the Dolphins to make the playoffs with or without Byron Jones. If they get a healthy 100% Byron Jones in the playoffs, that changes that defense. And I hate to pin it on just one guy, but that changes that defense in a big way.
Well, you live Madison and Surtain. You know what the hell you're talking about.
Exactly.
You lived it. You know exactly what you're talking about. What two corners do for you. And Cater, I think, will then go to a really more natural position for him because I love his athleticism in the slot. And he showed it against Mark Andrews in that Baltimore game where he got up there and was able to defend the pass because, again, he's physical. He's got strength to him, and he's got athleticism. And so I like him in the slot, too. If you bring back Byron, I think it makes your secondary so much better, not just because of Byron, but because I think Cater really belongs there at that slot side. That's just me.
I agree. It's a good point.
Yeah, I think it would be pretty cool. All right. Defensively, what besides stopping the run, which is the obvious thing, who's the guy that has got to have that big game?
X. I mean,
wow.
Big time.
Hey, I thought it was going to be Raekwon or Sealer or something. I thought you were going to go in the line or something. What? Explain.
No, because I think, like I said, collectively, I'm not. Chubb's going to get his yards because he's too good, and they're going to feed him the ball, so he's going to get some yards. As long as they don't give him like a 60-yard run or whatever, I think they'll be okay. Amari Cooper is a guy who could be problematic in the passing game, and X really hasn't been on his game. I looked it up today. The passer rating against him when he's targeted this season is 129.4.
I know it's bad.
That's brutal. And I understand he had some groin issues that slowed him down, but he hasn't been great. He also doesn't have a pick on the season. I know he had the one against the Bears that got called back with the offsetting penalties, but
they openly attack him now. Openly.
They're not quite as afraid as they were. They're not quite as afraid as they were. And again, he's given them opponents reason for that. And I think the Dolphins, and eventually if the Dolphins are going to make some noise in the playoffs, they will need X to be X. And again, Amari Cooper could be a problem if X is not on his game. Because again, even if he's lined up, if the Dolphins don't shadow him with X, if he lines up at Keter Kohu, Amari Cooper can run some routes.
Oh, he's one of 5 best in the NFL at running routes.
So Kader Kohou's going to get an education and defending a guy who can run routes. So X needs to be on his game.
Well, I'd rather Kader than Noah.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, I thought you were going to say Kader. You'd rather have Kader than X. I was like, whoa.
No. I'd rather. I'm just glad Kader's out there, not Noah, because that poor kid, when it comes to route running, he still hasn't figured out the double move yet. Oh, he still bites on that double move every single time, pretty much. But Kader, I can't say enough about that kid.
I hate to say it, but Cooper would turn Noah every which way.
Yeah. No, unfortunately, I've given up on Noah turning into anything. It's better. You're better focusing on Kohou and then getting Needham and Trill back next year. Those are the young guys that I want you to focus on. You know what I'm saying? Noah, whatever, bro. He tries. He's a good kid. That's the other thing. You know what? If you're Preston Williams and you're a lazy ass and you show some ignorance to at times with what you're saying at the podium, I don't have a lot of sympathy for a guy like that. I do have sympathy for Noah because he's actually a good dude that really wants to play and play well, and he works hard at it. It's just, brother, it's just not happening. That's all.
No, and here's the thing I would tell you, though. If and when the time comes when the Dolphins let him go, I would suspect because of his character that some other team's going to give him a shot. And then if you notice, don't see Preston Williams on any roster right now.
No, of course not, bro.
Even practice squad.
Right. No, I know. And it is what it is. All right. What's the prediction? What would you tell the investment folks out there if the Dolphins are favored by 4, the over and under is 49? Not that, you're here to give investment advice, but you're a sports fan. What would you say about that line?
I would say, considering Cleveland's coming off a bye and a major win, and considering the Dolphins came away with wins at Detroit and Chicago, but by 4 and by 3 points, I would be very careful about laying the points. That's what I would say from an investment standpoint, for entertainment purposes only.
Exactly. That's all it is. That's all it is. We're not saying anything. We're just saying pure entertainment. That's it. Everyone else has to go about their own business and do their own homework if they're going to do any kind of investing in there. All right, what do you got going on alldolphins.com? As we tell you every week, you are not a real Dolphin fan if you do not bookmark alldolphins.com. It is the law. What do you got?
Oh, I have 3 things posted already today, and I'm going to do a notebook later on. And the 3 things I have was a second half outlook as part of the midseason reports I've been doing this week. Also, very, very interesting Sam Madison comments today from his media session on X, on the aforementioned Kader Kohou, and on the Keon Crossan play on the non-called DPI. Yeah, it came up with a very interesting nugget on that.
I saw that.
And then that was good. And then right before I came on, I hit publish on, also as part of the midseason report, the top 10 plays of the first half of the season, which I'm sure everybody will agree with.
And I doubt Tyreek Hill is on any of those.
I can't tell.
Right? No. He hasn't done anything all year. I mean, what a slacker. That guy's stealing money. What's his name? Kyle Lowry or something? Come on.
No Tua, no Tyreek, no Waddle.
Exactly. That's it. That's what it is. It's all Tanner Connor plays. The top 10 Tanner Connor plays of the year.
You've spoiled it. A Hunter Long play.
There you go. Tanner Connor and Hunter Long. There you go. That's a reel we all want to watch right there. All right. Follow him on Twitter at Poupart NFL. And, of course, bookmark alldolphins.com. He'll be writing about Tua making an MVP run here in the second half of the season. You will see. Alan, thank you as always. Enjoy the weekend, my brother. We'll catch up on Monday.
Right back at you. Have a great weekend.
You got it. There you go. Alan Poupart. Yes, sir. alldolphins.com, Sports Illustrated, ejdconstruction.com, 305-433-4843. And by the way, full contractor. Eric is amazing. And now he's been working on several of your roofs because we've been talking about this now for the last month or two. And listeners are calling at 305-433-4843. Why? Because they're finding out in South Florida, they're calling their insurance company, hey, your house is a little too old. the roof is not up to date. You need to update that roof, and that's what EJDconstruction.com is doing all over South Florida, upgrading these roofs and getting them to code so the insurance companies can give you the policy that you need to protect you for the next year. So call them, 305-433-4843. You're looking to do any kind of construction in your home. Maybe you had a fire. You need to remediate everything. They do it all. Full contractor, fully insured, liability and workers' comp. Please do not hire anybody that is not fully insured. I wouldn't even put a sponsor on this platform that isn't fully insured. If you're not fully insured, you're not going on this platform because you're not protecting the clients. EJD Construction, people like Cutter's Edge Pro, they protect the clients by carrying the insurance for their employees. So if they get injured on your property, they're not suing you. And that's very important. 305-433-4843 for EJDconstruction.com.
You've been listening to the EJDconstruction.com Miami Dolphins Report with Sports Illustrated's Alan Poupart. For additions, home remodeling, and custom work, call Eric at 305-433-4843. EJDconstruction.com is your custom home builder and general contractor you can trust. 305-433-4843.
All right. The NFL is tough investing. I win on Saturdays and give it all back on Sundays. Oh, man. That is awesome. That is awesome. Yeah, only 100-yard rushers against Miami is Lamar and Fields. Wow, I think he's right about that. You're right. I'd never realized that. See, you learn something every day, man. Anybody can teach you something. It's a beautiful thing. Every day you wake up, you get to find out. So I did not realize that. Wow. That is true. They've done a good job against the run. It's just those two freaks, man, they can burn you. But they both lost. You know why they both lost? Because in the end, you're always going to lose with a running quarterback pretty much. Why? Because this is what you need. So when you get to the playoffs and you want to make a playoff run and all that, if he doesn't learn this, you will lose. And that's what ends up happening to Lamar Jackson every single time. And it will happen to Justin Fields if he does not become a better runner. Yes, sir.
Breece Hall was closed at 97, but yeah, they're
okay.
119 for Lamar, 178 for Fields.
Didn't Breece get injured against Miami? No, he didn't. He got injured the week after. No, he got injured in the Miami game in the second half. Yes, so he would have.
And that may have been.
He's a hell of a player, dude. He's a hell of a player. You know, I know they're the Jets, and I'm not supposed to, but whatever. But I'm objective, and they found themselves a hell of a player. The GM has done a good job. I don't believe in the quarterback. I don't believe in Zach Martin. I don't. Okay. I give him a lot of credit for banging older broads. Hey, that's fantastic. Because when I was a young guy, that's an experience that I would suggest to any young man out there. That I would. So I give him credit for the MILF attacker that he is. But outside of that, yeah. Michelle, thank you for the love on Venmo. Remember, you can send in on Venmo, Cash App or Venmo, Cash Big O Show. That's Cash Big O Show. Michelle Cracchiola says, looking forward to meeting you at Greta Van Fleet when they reschedule. Thank you for being the best sports broadcaster in South Florida. That's very, very nice, Michelle. Very nice. And look forward to meeting you either at the Hollywood one, if that's probably the one you're talking about. But I'm going to go to the Tampa one now because I think by the time they reschedule it, it'll be past the football season. So my life will slow down a little bit, and then I can catch up. My voice is actually hung in there pretty good, man. It's still sore. It's not as bad as it was yesterday, but it's hung in there, man. I'm actually pretty happy that I've gone 2.5 hours and it's held pretty well overall. I like it. Thank you. It's just It's not easy, man, doing 3-4 hours daily, and you don't do a lot of commercials. We don't do a lot of commercial breaks. I was actually talking to a friend yesterday that is talking about this kind of stuff, and he was asking, you don't take a lot of commercial? No. A lot of talk. You got to give a lot of content. That's what it's all about. So, Tua, right, is just absolutely kicking ass, right? He is right now. They came out with the rankings, and I'm gonna share it with you. I'm not gonna show you on screen, but he is the 4th best quarterback in their rankings. And one of the things that when I'm watching, this list, okay, and I love the fact that Tua is number 4. They've got Hurts number 3, Josh Allen 2, and Mahomes 1. Personally, I would put Tua in front of Hurts, but you can't. Why? He's been healthy for the 9-game run. They're 9-0. So I get it. And he runs and throws. I think Tua is 3 times the quarterback that Jalen Hurts is. I love Jalen Hurts, the player, the person. I don't think he's not even half the passer that Tua is. But his legs are a weapon, so bless him. And that's helped out. Malik Willis, by the way, is number 32 on this list. And Sam Ehlinger, which I know that, the offensive lineman, what's his name? Jeff Saturday is happy about that. Kenny Pickett from the Steelers is 30. PJ Walker, my boy from the XFL, is number 29 for the Carolina Panthers. Mac Jones is 28. Wasn't Mac Jones the next Tom Brady? Wasn't Mac Jones better than Tua? In fact, didn't some of you out there say they should have drafted Mac Jones instead of Tua? David Mills, 27. Didn't some of you even think that David Mills is better than Tua? I remember that. Zach Wilson, 26. Taylor Heinicke, 25. Russell Wilson, how the mighty have fallen, 24. Daniel Jones, 23. Andy Dalton, who's consistently mediocre, 22. Justin Fields is 21. He's climbing. This is, by the way, Matt Verderam's list. Aaron Rodgers is 20. Jacoby Brissett is 19. Just take a hold of that one. He's got Jacoby Brissett playing in front of Aaron Rodgers. That's how bad it's been for Aaron Rodgers. Marcus Mariota, 18. Trevor Lawrence, who's having a rough year, 17. He's got 11 touchdowns and 6 interceptions. Garoppolo, 16. Kyler Murray, 15. Stafford, 14. Jared Goff is 13. Derek Carr, 12. Tom Brady, 11. Kirk Cousins, 10. Dak Prescott, 9. Justin Herbert is number 8. And, I got to get into it with Matt in a couple of weeks. We'll talk a little bit more about it. Justin, by the way, has 13 touchdowns to 5 interceptions. He's averaging 6.4 yards per throw, and he's got a 58.4 QBR, completing 66% of the passes. Geno Smith is 7, Joe Burrow 6, Lamar Jackson 5, and Tua Tagovailoa, who has played 2 less games, okay, than Justin Herbert. All right, Justin has 13 touchdowns, Tua has 15 in 2 less games. And in 2 less games, he's got the 5 interceptions, Tua's got the 3. All right, his 80.2 QBR to his 58.4, I think Tua's superior in that area. He's also averaging 9.2 yards per throw to Justin Herbert's 6.4. Just saying. Okay? Justin Herbert, 66% of his passes completed, which is good, by the way. But Tua's 69.9. The guy's almost at 70%. Just impressed, man. Just so impressed with Tua. So happy that he's doing this. I felt he can do it all the way, but That's just me. Go ahead.
Can I show you some other numbers from Tua?
I can't get enough.
This is from someone I didn't think I'd see this from this place.
Joe Shad sent that out?
No. It's a 4-letter network.
Oh my God. Giovanni Antoine, thank you, sir, for the rating QBs ever. You're correct. Rub-a-dub-dub, a man in the tub, says Mac Jones made the Pro Bowl last year. What a joke. All right, you got to take the walk-ons. There we go. Tua Tagovailoa versus man coverage. Number 1 in the NFL at 89. I guess that's his QBR. Yards per attempt, 10.3. Number 1. Completion percentage, 67%. First down percentage, 52%. Past TD percentage, 12%. All number 1. I love how so many people were so fucking wrong about this guy. It is so awesome. It is really like, it's just, it fills my heart with joy to see all of that. And can you imagine if he plays the other 2.5 games? What his stats would dwarf everybody. He would just make everybody look really silly if you had, because you figure he's going to play. Oh, and can I add something? If he plays the 2.5 games, does he have the shitty game when he comes back off the injured list? No. He lights that mother effer up too. So the stats would have been even better for that game because he would have been in sync. That's it. He would have been in sync. You're all I ever wanted. You're all I ever needed. That's Tua. That's all we ever needed. We needed a franchise QB. We got one, man. And the best part is listening to the naysayers that can't handle that they are so wrong that they're trying to find any justification to not give the man the credit he deserves. It's so awesome. It really is. Nothing's better than that. I'm really enjoying myself watching what Tua's doing. Great stuff. And listen to this too. All right. So he's got 1,980 yards, 15 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. And he's missed 2.5 games. He's got 8 games left. He's still missing 2.5 games, has got a shot at 4,000 yards. Missing 2.5 games. He's got 15 touchdowns. So he's got 8 more games left. He could still get to 30. You realize if he just throws 2 touchdowns in every game, and this isn't Lamar Jackson or Teddy Bridgewater or whatever, these passers that struggle to throw 2 touchdowns a game. This guy can easily throw 2 touchdowns a game. This guy can exceed 4,000 yards and 30 touchdowns, still missing 2.5 games. For the people that thought, oh, yeah, no, this guy will never get to 4,000. He easily would have gotten to 4,000 with those 2.5, and he's going to flirt with it now. Talk about stats. That's freaking awesome. And if he does it in less than 2.5 games, that's just crazy. Impressive, man. Yes, sir. What do we got?
Tony Dungy.
Oh, yeah. I heard what I saw it. Go ahead. Read it.
Well, Sunday Night Football sends out a tweet, says midseason MVP. And they have their 2 analysts, Sims and I think it's Florio. They both say Josh Allen.
Florio and who?
Sims.
Sims doesn't.
No. But what I'm saying is Tony Dungy then quote tweets it and says Tua Tagovailoa. Dead, whatever. The Miami Dolphins are playing very efficient offensive football. They're 6-0 when he plays the entire game, 0-3 when he doesn't. I think that demonstrates some value.
Yes. That demonstrates he is the MVP of this team by miles and miles and miles. Okay? Do you think Tua will have a chip on his shoulders for the next 5 years? Elena, I think Tua will live with a chip on his shoulders, just like Michael Jordan did, just like Tom Brady has it, just like any of the great players. They all live with a chip on their shoulders because it's what drives them to be great. And the great ones are never satisfied. And that's one thing I do love about Tua. He has that old school style in him that even if he plays well, he'll find it's very like a coach. I could have done this better. I could have done that better. He's that dude. So he's never going to be complacent. Complacency is not something I don't think you'll ever see with Tua Tagovailoa. He's too much of a quality human being. He gets it. Oh, what do you think of the players selected to play the U.S. soccer team? They left off Pafork and Pepe and added Morris. 25% of the players are from the MLS. This team might disappoint big. I don't know, Frankie. I don't know enough of this to tell you if they're going to do good or not. I mean, normally they're Americans, so they're not really supposed to excel that much in the World Cup, but who knows? Maybe they wanted a little bit more experience, a little more toughness in there to go along with that youth. Who knows? Steve Calabro is ready. He is in the house, as always, ready to go. The general manager of the Hialeah Park. And by the way, we are giving away a Ford F-150 here at Hialeah Park. Wait a minute, I don't think we have. Do we have his mic up? Can you hear it?
Sure.
Oh, there we go.
I
There we
can
go.
sure hear it. How about you?
I'm good. Good.
Listen, Big O.
What do they got to do, by the way, to get in for the F-150?
F-150 is real easy.
Just play.
You come in, slot floor, you play. The more you play, the more entries you get. And then there's one more thing we ask you to do.
What's that?
You come on the Saturday.
Right. Got to be present.
Thanksgiving, and we pick out a winner.
Right.
And we're going to have, believe me, there's actually, we pick out 3 winners. We might actually pick a little more than 3 this time, but we haven't announced that yet. And, then we put all the 3 finalists up there, and somebody wins the car. And the other guys win a nice prize.
Okay.
It's like $1,000 free play or something like that. It's pretty good. It's not like they go home and beat it.
Right.
But the car is spectacular.
Of course. I mean,
and you still haven't come by and to drive it. You got to get.
I was here early. Why didn't you?
You didn't knock on the door. You could have easily.
I didn't know if you're there. I don't know. Well, you're over here in this office?
You're 100% right.
You're in this office? Okay.
You're 100% right. You didn't know I was there because you didn't knock on the door.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. You're right. You're right. Okay. So I'm going to do that next week.
Next week, do that, please.
I'm going to drive the F-150.
And my marketing guy has the key in his office.
Okay.
I'm telling you, I'm not a big electric car guy, right? But I drove it. It's fast as hell.
I know.
It's kind of
awesome.
cool. I thought it was a little weird. It almost felt a little light, but maybe it is light, and that's one of the reasons why it's fast.
Well, yeah, it doesn't carry an engine.
And the part where the engine is, the front of the car.
It's a trunk.
Is a trunk, and it's really cool looking.
Right.
I mean, you could put 5 bodies in there.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Because normally a big ass engine goes in there.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But it's really cool. And just come out on Saturday. Well, look, even on, here's the thing. You got to. The more you play, the more entries you get.
Of course.
On Saturdays, you get 1 free entry if you come in on Saturday. Just any Saturday between now and the drawing. And then just come on why not come on out? Well,
Right.
by the way, did we mention that we're the best slot payouts?
Loosest slots in the state.
In the state of Florida? I mean,
Yep.
you can go to that big box casino, right? And, maybe here's what happens. You go there with a couple $100, and like 15 minutes later, you're broke, and you're looking at your date, and you're like, now what do we do? You know what I mean? I guess, or if you're cheap, you say, now what do we do? If you're trying to be cool, you take out more money and you lose another $200-300 in the next 15 minutes, right? That doesn't happen here.
By the way, this is a funny line. Of course, the casino guy's going to use bodies to measure a trunk.
No, I'm from New Jersey.
That's
I'm from
even
New Jersey.
worse.
I'm from New Jersey.
You just added even more fuel to it.
That's what I was thinking, New Jersey. I wasn't thinking casino. I was thinking New Jersey. Yeah, that's a.
He used to hang out in the Bada Bing. Okay, so that's kind of what it is.
My father grew up in the town where the pizza place is in Sopranos. What is it? Pizza King, I think. Pizza Time. Pizza Time. I've been to Pizza Time. It's on Ridge Road in, I think, near North Arlington.
Okay.
Near North Arlington. Yeah, that's
and the Bada Bing does exist.
Yeah, well, the pizza place definitely exists.
No, and so does the strip club. It does exist.
I've never been to Bada Bing.
I don't know.
I'm a clean kind of guy.
No, I know, but I'm not exactly sure if it's maybe. I think it is called Bada Bing also.
Yeah, well, Pizza Time, or I think it's Pizza Time, is the real deal. But yeah, I mean that's like how they have like how engines used to be like 350 horsepower. This is a 5-body trunk. Maybe someday they'll have like a 6 or 7 body trunk. That would be like a bigger one, and maybe the smaller
cars. Bigger mafioso will buy it.
The smaller cars, maybe it's only fit 3 bodies. So it's just a metric to measure things.
That's how they sell them in Vegas.
It's a New Jersey thing.
It's also a Vegas thing. What car are you looking for? Well, 3 bodies fit in this one, 4 in that one, 5 in that one if you're looking for it. You can't bury them anymore in Lake Mead because they're all coming up.
No, they're all coming up.
They're all coming up. So you can bury them now in your truck.
Yeah.
Lofi, what did Lofi put now? I worked the Casbah, Steve.
Oh, the Casbah. No,
yeah.
He rocked the Casbah.
Have I thrown you out?
You might have. You might have. So I was the senior VP when we opened the Casbah. I love the remember he'll remember this. Your listener will remember they had it was the first time I really saw up close and in personal was the body painting girls. Right, that was an interesting thing in the club. And then they had a cage. They had a cage, and they would you could go in the cage with the body painting women, and they would rise you. The ceiling was very tall. It was very cool. It was very cool. Like, yeah, he rocked the Cavs by that. I guess he was a bouncer. He might have thrown me out.
Maybe.
For being boring. At any rate. So talking about New Jersey, I'm a little pissed off at my Jersey Wise.
Did they give you any picks this week?
He did. But I got to tell you, I think he's.
What do you got? Let me bring up the line here.
I think he's getting old and senile. He is an older Jersey guy. I will tell you that. But he went really bad there.
You get out of line, he's going to put your ass in the trunk.
Yeah, but you know what? No, his son will kick my ass. That's what will happen. I know that. He used to be able to kick my ass, but I think he's getting older. But then again, he doesn't have. Maybe he can use some kind of tools to kick my ass. But anyhow, so here's what he's got, and this one I like from an emotional standpoint. I'd love to know your opinion on this one. He likes the Giants over Houston. They're given 6.5. I don't know. I think the Giants are the worst 6-2 team in the NFL.
Them and the Vikings at 7-1.
Yeah. Oh, I want. So,
I'm not a Viking believer, but the Giants are complete frauds.
Yeah, I mean, it's
total frauds.
They could go on a 5-game losing streak easily, but now that coach might be special. I don't know. I mean, that's to be determined at the end of the season. But so he likes the Giants over Houston. I have 2 teams I like to root for: the Giants and the Dolphins.
Well, at least one of them is kicking some serious ass. I know the Giants have a good record, but they're not going anywhere.
Houston stinks.
So no, Houston's terrible. I mean, Miami will face them in 3 weeks.
And it's in New York.
Right.
And, so, I mean, Houston's a bad team. So he might be onto something there. I'm not beating him up about that one. The next one, I kind of like. I think they're, this is a tough one. They got an injured quarterback. Maybe he's coming back. I'm not sure. But he likes the Titans in Tennessee over the Bronx, given 3 points.
Ooh,
tough game. But I think there's first of all, I think that the Titans coach is very good.
Yes,
the Titans running game
is this exceptional. Yeah,
right?
Their quarterbacks are mediocre.
I think that Tannehill, who's average, will be back.
Right.
I think he'll be back,
and he's good at handing off.
And I think he's good.
What?
What? That was.
It's accurate. He's exceptional. Have you seen how well Derrick Henry plays when he hands it off to Derrick Henry?
Tannehill's mother's going to call into the show and be upset with you. So he's not bad. He's average. He's better.
Sorry, Miss Tannehill, your son's mediocre.
He's better than Trent Dilfer. I'll give you that.
You can have them both.
Trent Dilfer won a Super Bowl.
Yeah, that's kind of questionable. I would go with Tampa Bay, and that defense won that Super Bowl. He kind of was like along for the ride.
He was on the team.
He was along for kind of like what Tannehill's been along for the ride with Derrick Henry, who's made him a lot of money.
And Tannehill has been around the NFL for almost 10 years now, right?
I know 10 years of stealing money. It is amazing,
it's unbelievable.
But I would give the 3 points at home to Denver. Because Denver's terrible.
It's Titan. It's the Titans are at home.
I'm sorry. No, right. I'm sorry. Titans are home. Denver's terrible. And the Titans' running game, I think, is going to punish those. And now Denver's got a pretty good defense, so
Yeah.
it'll be a close game because this is not an offense that can really light them up unless Derrick Henry is really going to run all over them. But Denver's got a decent defense, so I'm going to say, you know what? I like the wise guy. The other one I would stay away from because I just don't trust the Giants.
Yeah,
I can't touch that one.
They're
but,
winning in smoke and mirror. That's a shell game.
But
they're
I
winning
can
right
go
now.
with this one because the Broncos are a disaster, dude.
The
They're a
next
disaster.
one. The next one is the Cards +3 over the Rams. Now, apparently, look, the Rams have been playing below what they.
It's down to 1.5.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah,
Well,
it's
when
Rams minus
when
1.5.
He sent me this. It was +3, but so that means the world's betting the Cards.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So that one.
Well, the quarterback's also banged up too, right?
Yeah, but I just think
he's got a concussion. He's going into concussion protocol.
Is he playing or not playing?
No, he's going into concussion protocol.
I
That
didn't know
means
that.
he's done.
I didn't know that.
So that's why I'm saying that.
I would stay away from it. But the Jersey guys all over those 3 games.
So
Giants,
you
Titans,
get a
and Cards.
1.5 on the road. Yeah, I kind of like it.
Yeah,
I don't trust the Rams at all, even with Matthew Stafford.
So
I don't trust him.
Yeah, well, Matthew Stafford.
That's what I'm saying. But
he's like a good version of Trent Dilfer.
So
You know what I mean?
right, but if
He's
he's injured, then I can't expect their backup. And Zona's got a decent defense. If they're getting a 1.5 on the road with a team with no quarterback, I kind of like the Cardinals in this one. I can see that with the wise guy.
Let's see what he does. I got 3 other picks.
Okay.
Now these are not Jersey wise guy picks.
These are your picks.
These are Steve Calabro saying, "Hey,
Oh,
wait a second.
look out.
This seems like a little bit of a no-brainer."
If he misguides us, we put him in the trunk.
Yeah, this is a one-time
The
thing.
winner gets the truck
So-
in Thanksgiving, and Steve will be in the truck.
Yeah, knocking. So this is a one-time thing. I got to go 2-1 or better, right?
Yes,
Or
you
else-
got
Or else
exactly.
you're off. You boot it out.
Yeah, that's it.
It's
I
one
like
and
that.
done, maybe.
I like that.
Maybe not. So I like Las Vegas over the Colts. I think the Colts are disheveled.
Ooh.
Come on.
Yeah, I know, but Vegas?
I know they're not good. I know they're not.
No, they're terrible.
But the Colts are terrible.
They are. They are.
It's just like.
Yeah, but it's 4.5 points.
I know. Well, Waller's been out for like 5-6 weeks. I'm telling you, the Colts are a mess.
The Colts are a mess. You are
Colts
correct.
are a
Sam
mess.
Ellinger is like your starter or
Ellinger,
something.
give me a break.
No, I know.
Tannehill looks great compared to Sam Ellinger.
You would look great next to Sam.
I don't know
Ellinger.
about that, but the Jeff Saturday, come on.
I can't.
It's a mess.
I know, but I can't touch that game.
I think the ownership's a mess. I think it's going to come out in this game. I think it's
Which
not about
which ownership's a mess?
the Colts.
would-
Both of them, but the Colts.
Okay,
the Colts.
I was wondering.
Listen,
like, what's he saying?
In the NFL, between the 2 teams that I think the ownership's a mess are the Washington Redskins.
Right.
Yeah, I said it, Redskins, right? And the Colts. I think both of those ownerships are a mess. Always have been.
Yeah, of
They're
course.
like, they got. I guess the Colts ownership got.
Well,
lucky.
the Colts, the owner's a mess, but he's been very fortunate.
He
with
had
Peyton
the
Manning,
Manning
with Andrew
years.
Luck, and then
Yeah.
he had Bill Polian.
Yeah,
who
Bullion
was
to be
a monster.
a sense of
He's a monster.
Normal still. Yeah.
He built the Bills, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, he got the Carolina. He built the Carolina that year that they went to the Super Bowl with that turnover machine at quarterback that came from New Orleans. What's his name? Come on, man. There's a bunch of people on the chat board. What's the name of the turnover machine that New Orleans had? And he played like all right. Oh God!
Well,
what's his
years
name?
ago was Archie
It was-
Manning.
No, Carolina. The Panthers only made it to the Super Bowl that one time. What's his name? Somebody help me out, bro. No, it was Cam also. No, Cam. Did he get to the Super Bowl or the?
He got to the Super Bowl.
He did get to the Super
Yeah,
Bowl.
yeah.
So it's the other time that they got to the Super Bowl. What's the guy's name that
Oh.
came from New Orleans? That he was
Oh,
a
yeah,
turnover
yeah,
machine.
Yeah. I do. No, not Herbert. No.
No, Herbert. No, bro.
Uh,
Jake Delhomme. Thank
Delhomme,
you.
Jake Delhomme. Yeah.
Thank you,
He
Jake
wasn't
Delhomme.
that much of a turnover guy.
Oh,
Come
God,
on.
yeah.
There were some tip balls there. Anyhow, so, I'm defending Jake Delhomme. What did we come to? Anyhow, so I got another pick. I like the Finns over the Browns.
Oh, I love that. You're
I'm
you're
loving it.
tugging at my heart.
I know
there.
it's a homer thing. And
No.
you
I
gotta-
like it. I think they're going to beat them by a touchdown. I think so
think
too.
more.
Well, maybe, but I think
more.
they'll win by a touchdown, which will
I think
cover.
I'd play a teaser game with this. I think I'd literally play a teaser. If the teaser was the teaser, unfortunately, the teaser thing, they had 7 points, and they had 7. But I think they're going to win by like in the 9 or 10 point range.
All right. By the way, 126 touchdowns, 101 interceptions. Okay.
So
and the year he went to the
a lot of guys catch his balls.
Yeah, yeah, on both sides of the ball. The year he went to the Super Bowl, he completed 60% of his passes for 3,421 yards, and he threw 24 touchdowns and 16 interceptions.
So he really completed like 65%.
Yeah, he wasn't really the most efficient guy out there
Not the most
when it comes to
efficient.
turnover to touchdown. But
had to
they
like
did.
him.
But
If they got there.
But he built a team that got to the Super Bowl with that guy at quarterback.
Yeah, it can be done. So
Bill Polian was a monster, bro. What he did with the Bills, what he did with Carolina for a short time, and then what he did with the Colts.
Harder, I think it was harder with the Colts, but he had Peyton, but
yeah, still.
But it was everything else was harder. But
Amazing.
anyhow, so I love the Finns. I really do like the Finns.
Me too.
And
I'm with you
the
there.
One.
I like
and,
that one.
This one, I'm going to believe you. I have to believe you like this one a lot too.
All right, let's go.
I think Buffalo is going to crush the Vikings. I think the Vikings are not. They're the worst 7-1 team.
I don't. I would be careful. You know, Josh Allen's not playing, right?
I know, but I think
you still like him with their backup quarterback to win by 4.
Yeah, I think
I'm
so.
not touching that game.
No, I'm telling you,
not with the backup
but
quarterback.
They say Josh might play.
He's not playing.
They might.
He's got a tear in the UCL. You're a baseball guy, right?
Yeah, but I mean, I know
that leads to Tommy John every time. What pitcher have you seen with a minor tear in the UCL and it doesn't end up as Tommy John?
I'm gonna go.
You
on
can't
the air.
keep throwing. You can't keep throwing because it eventually it goes. I've been talking about this the last 2 days. They're going to reach a point where they're going to have to say, if we risk it, he tears it completely, and he's done for this year and next year.
You think it takes that long?
Oh,
Tommy John?
it's a 12 to 18 month.
No, but I thought they've shortened that.
No. That you're talking about the ACL. You're talking about all the other ones. The Tommy John is still a year.
So
it's
listen,
year.
I got a Tommy John story for you.
No, but listen to me. So it's a year. So they're going to have to play this. They're being really quiet and he's day to day and this and that. He's got a minor tear in that UCL. That's
a tough risk.
That's a bad injury.
I think the Vikings aren't that good.
I agree with
not
you.
A Kirk Cousins guy either.
I agree with you, but I just am not going to count on their backup quarterback to save their ass. And they don't have a running game.
It's a tough one. You're right. I mean,
they don't have a running game. They can't just have the backup hand off. Their running game is not dominant.
And so what
they remember, the running game is offset with Josh Allen running the ball.
I know that. And everything else he does.
Yeah, he's a monster. He's a monster.
But look, that's a tough one. I get it.
Yeah.
But I really don't like the Vikings.
I'm with you.
And I haven't liked the Vikings
I'm
in
with
years.
you, but this is not the week to pick them.
Although Zimmer's not there anymore, we used to really hate the Vikings when Zimmer was there.
I got nothing but respect for Zimmer.
You like Zimmer?
I just think
because of his girlfriend.
Exactly. Anybody that can have a girlfriend like that at his age.
Come on.
Hey, bro. Come
on.
Yeah.
I guess he got.
Way to go, Mike Zimmer. For those of you that don't know what I'm talking about, just Google Mike Zimmer's girlfriend, and the rest is history. That's it. Steve had no idea.
No,
put it this way.
Last year you told me.
No, that's what I'm saying. But you didn't know until I told you.
And the Jersey Wise
and then think about this. It hasn't left his mind.
Right
when I told him that, no, I got nothing but respect for Zimmer, right away he left football. He went right to, you're talking about his girlfriend. You goddamn right I'm talking about his girlfriend. Okay.
So Zimmer, I think what happened with
this guy's
Zimmer,
like 65 years old. I want you to go see his girlfriend. Okay.
And he's kind of ugly, right? But he got better looking when he became the head coach of the Vikings. But anyhow, but that being said, listen, there's some things happening here in Hialeah Park.
Let's go.
Besides the car giveaway,
yes,
the F-150 Lightning.
With no bodies inside for
it's
now.
It's a 5-body trunk. It's
for
a
now.
5-body trunk.
For now.
I think we can fit.
He goes 1 and 2.
There's going to be a 1 body in there. But listen, there's some other stuff that I want to listen to get some feedback from your listeners.
Okay. That's kind of dangerous.
I know, but
they're kind of smart asses.
We have a really good poker room. A lot of action.
That's what she said.
Poker in the anyhow. But the poker. But so this month on this Saturday. This Saturday coming up, $1,000. No, let's talk Friday first. I'll go sequentially.
Yeah, let's go.
$3,000 an hour, high hands. $3,000 an hour.
Nice.
This Friday.
Nice.
And we follow it up on Saturday with $1,000 an hour. The following Saturday is $2,000 an hour.
There you go.
Basically, what I'm saying is there's a lot of days on this calendar where there's a 2,000. I'm going to read it off. 2,000, 2,000, a 3,000, 2,100, a 2,100, a 2,000, a 2,100, 2,000. I'm trying to figure out.
And
what
folks,
more.
high hand, which also means if you have the proper license, you can also go out to the balcony and get high and then enjoy your high hands.
Don't be saying that now.
I'm just saying, I'm just saying.
Well, you got to do that on the 32nd Street.
They pull out a pen out there, you will have no idea what's going on. I'm just saying.
Hopefully someday that's the deal. Hopefully that is the deal.
Oh, that's coming.
I know, but in Florida, they slow to everything. They're slow to everything. I mean, they got it in like half a dozen, probably a dozen states.
Well, if you vote for Nikki Fried, she's for weed.
Well,
but
nobody
she lost.
voted for it.
But she lost.
Nobody voted for it.
She lost.
Nobody
was going to beat DeSantis anyways. It
No,
didn't matter
It
who
wasn't
the
even
hell.
close. It wasn't even close. He was here. He was here in Hialeah Monday night.
Really?
He came here Monday night for a rally. He did like a 13 or 14 stop tour on Sunday and Monday. I mean, the guys they're all here. Marco Rubio, not Nikki Fried, Ron DeSantis, and his whole crew. It's very sharp. The Lieutenant Governor, Jeanette Nunez, a Miami woman, very, very sharp. The whole crew, nice crew. And we had a nice little rally here in the clubhouse. It was well done. But that being said,
there was no shot he was losing.
Yeah,
it was like a useless event to have.
It was a beatdown.
It was.
What was weird?
Why would he lose?
Tell me this.
No reason.
About 2 months ago.
Plus, you've already done the Charlie Chris thing once before.
And Charlie Chris, he's just for sale.
They had to go. If they want to win, go get a really good candidate.
That
bro.
was just like
that's the best you can do.
As soon as they announce him, he's on some kind of television show, and I'm watching it. And they ask him a question, and he says, "If you don't agree with me, well, then just don't vote for me." And I'm like, "What is this guy saying?" Like he's like arguing with the interviewer because like they didn't agree or something, or maybe they gave an expression that they might not agree.
He doesn't take any crap, bro.
He said, "Don't vote for me. Don't vote for me." I'm like, "Hey, Charlie, like you're trying to get votes."
Charlie was.
Charlie was saying, "Don't vote for me."
Oh, no, he can't afford to do that. I thought you were talking about DeSantis.
No,
he can afford to do that because he'll tell you to go to hell. He doesn't care.
No, this was Charlie Chris, and I'm like saying, "Hey, I felt like calling him and say, Charlie, you should never say that again."
Not him.
It came off really bad on the video, but anyhow, the bottom line is great things happening in slots with the car. Great things happening in this poker room, and I want your listeners to just send in some information about what they observe, what they want in our poker room.
Okay.
I tell you, I look around. I went to all the poker rooms in Miami.
Not all of them serve food.
Well, I can tell you one had no action, right? And I'm not going to pick on them, but it was pretty close to us, right? Then there was one a little further away, and to be honest with you, it was uncomfortable walking through. It was medium crowded. I can't imagine it was ever crowded. It was just uncomfortable. Like, why would anybody come here? But a lot of people go there. So I'm trying to figure out what could we do. Asking your listeners to make our poker room better.
Right.
I went there, and then I went to one of the other poker room is in another place a little further north of here, Miami-Dade, and they have 2 tables. They have 8, but they have 2 regular poker tables and 6 designated players. So they only have
you
poker.
Guys got a boatload.
We have 28.
This place is packed right now, bro.
And
packed.
And it's
believe me, Thursday in the afternoon, and this place is packed.
Listen, you know what people love? This right here. You're right next to the designated player games,
right?
And so right now we have 4 heads-up hold'em games, and we have a couple other games too. We're going to go from 6 to 8 games. That heads-up hold'em is the same game as Ultimate Texas Hold'em, except the payouts are better on heads-up hold'em. Just go take a picture with your phone. I'm telling your listeners, take a picture with your phone at the local Ultimate Texas Hold'em place that is in Miami-Dade. There's a guy down the road that has it. A little casino down there in that little neighborhood they call, right? And so near that little neighborhood. So and go there and take a picture of the payouts, and then compare them to our payouts. It's the same game. Our payouts are better. Tell me what you want, because we're giving better payouts, and I want to take care of all the customers. But at any rate, Big O, next week, we got a date before you go on the air here at 3 o'clock.
Ray Sosa says DeSantis could have slapped everyone in the casino and he still would have won.
Absolutely.
It's so
Yeah,
true.
Yeah,
man.
but you know what he did though? You know what
It's
he
so
did do?
true.
He went hard in the last week, so he didn't take anything for granted.
Yeah, I get it.
It was planned. It was probably planned,
But
a month in
never-
advance.
But did you really think there was ever going to be a race, dude? Seriously.
No, but look,
seriously,
but
like
you got
no.
But the plan was to do that.
They got a lame guy, bro. They just Chris was terrible. That
he
was
was
not
real bad. He
Like
was-
when I said, "Wow, that's who you're putting up against." You know, like Nikki Fried looks like a nice woman and all that, but she wasn't going to beat DeSantis either.
No.
So it's like, if you're going to beat DeSantis, you got to come up with somebody that is really dynamic and actually has done something.
Well-
Not a guy that you brought back that was mediocre the first time around.
I can tell you, you said something that's important. I'm going to tell you why it was, no matter who they put up, would have been hard because DeSantis did a lot of decent.
He killed
things.
it.
He did some great things.
He killed it.
I mean, the hurricane
killed it.
The hurricane, the whole bridge thing in
Killed it.
Sanibel. I mean, that's a tough thing to compete with. That's
Killed it.
Josh Allen healthy with a really great running game.
Our unemployment numbers are lower than the country average, which is low as hell, by the way. It's one of the lowest in forever. We have more work than everybody else because we have more businesses that came to Florida and Texas during the pandemic. You
The
know,
world came here.
and then I'll tell you one more thing that he benefited from. Okay,
What's that?
Sorry to end with politics here. Who do you think moved from New York, dude?
Yeah, man. It wasn't
Democrats.
It wasn't Democrats that moved
It was
here.
it was people that were tired of wearing the mask and and all
Yeah.
that. It was people that was Republicans that left California. That's what moved to the
Yep.
state of Florida.
Hey, I want to.
So a state that's probably turning blue eventually got an influx of red, and most of the companies and people that moved to Florida were red.
They were looking for free.
They were
to
looking
be free.
They were looking for free, and their businesses. They were looking for their business to grow, and they go, okay, that guy's not closing. My business can grow there, and it won't. And then that guy won't close me down.
Or my kid doesn't have to wear
Whatever.
the
Yeah.
thing in school forever.
Yeah, exactly, and that's what ended up helping him also in the process.
Absolutely did help. It did help. There was look. They say that
Sure.
some of those. They say that I don't know if this is true. But
Even real estate, we will not be hurting next year when real
No.
estate starts to go down all over the country.
it's starting to go a little now.
It
It's starting
is,
to go down a little.
but for us, it won't be nearly as bad as
No,
the
it
rest of the
won't be.
country. Why?
Because we have demand here.
Because so many people moved in here, the demand will still be there the entire time.
Yep. It's like Yogi
So
said, nobody
there's-
goes there anymore. It's too crowded.
Right. Right. Right.
Because everybody's coming here. And you know what? We're fortunate enough to go, we live here. This
Right,
is
right.
awesome. Let me
Right.
tell you something. I'm here. I'm a transplant. I've been here about 17 years. It's pretty damn great here.
Yeah, no.
It's pretty damn great here. Forget the fact that, think about it. You're talking about the being free and the COVID stuff for the last 3-4 years. But prior to that, great weather, no state income tax.
Right.
Think about it. There was a guy, Tepper. He owns the NFL.
I know he is.
California, Carolina, I think he owns,
Yep.
right? So Tepper was the largest state income tax payer in New Jersey. When he moved out, he used to pay like $150 million in state income tax. And so when he moved out of New Jersey, and he didn't he liked New Jersey, but he was moving south. When he moved out, they had to have a special meeting in New Jersey to figure out how they were going to make
replace that money.
that $150 million. Think about that. That's insane. The income. I look at people. Remember, I still go back to New Jersey in the summer. I look at people in New Jersey, New York. I'm like, what are you doing? Like,
Right.
why are you? It doesn't matter if you make 50,000, 40,000, 150,000, or 250. Why would you give 5 or 10% of your income to the government?
Right.
Like when I first came here to Florida, I did my income taxes, and then I said, I don't have to fill out another form.
Right.
Where I have to pay somebody else.
Right, yeah.
So it's pretty cool here.
Yeah.
Great weather, great taxes, and oh, by the way, we get to live free.
Yeah.
Thank you, God. We're living pretty good.
Yeah, no, it's we're gonna have it a little better, and I think things will get a little uglier next year. For
Yeah,
the
I
first
think so.
half.
I think
but
so.
I don't think we're gonna suffer nearly as much as other states.
I would agree with you 100%. But they can, and that means we're gonna come on down to Florida. It's the season,
Right.
all those cold weather people come on down, and when you're here in South Florida, come over and visit Hialeah Park.
Damn straight.
Luce's slot machines. You keep saying it, and it's accurate. Luce's slot machines in Florida. but technically, we're the loosest slot machines in the East Coast. We don't advertise that because we're not really, our customers are all from Florida, so we say Florida, but in the East Coast. So if you're up there in Pennsylvania, you're up there in New York and New Jersey, and you're going to Atlantic City and getting crushed in those slot machines like you do at that big box casino down there where the ukulele is, right? You can go get killed in those slot machines.
Right.
God bless you.
Yeah.
Or you come here and have a chance.
I was just thinking about this. I don't know if Sean's going to pick up on this. Sorry for the political joke I'm closing out with here. But I'm just thinking about it. You have the loosest slots, right?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Lauren Boebert was kind of loose before she got into politics. Yeah, she might be a good
Dum-dum. At any rate, I'm signing off on that one.
She was a sex worker before. Oh, you do know that. You know that, huh? Wow, you keep up with that. Okay.
He keeps up with it.
Because Lenny Dykstra, did he want to nail her? Is that what Lenny Dykstra's nickname was? Nails. So there you go. So just in case. You got to pick up on these kind of things. Come on, bro. All right. Anyway,
well,
appreciate you.
Appreciate being here today, and let's see what happens with the picks.
That's it. Keep them loose. That's what I say.
That's what we do.
That's it.
Loosest.
That's it.
Loosest in Florida.
That's it. That's it. The Boebert slots are right here. They're loose.
Adios, boys.
Take it easy. Here you go. Steve Calabro, baby, getting it done. By the way, we got to thank Marcel Louis-Jacques and Alan Poupart, and, of course, Sean Stanley, the man that masters this program and this platform. Oh, we got a couple super chats. Let me get to the super chats here before we close out. True Fin fan, thank you, sir. Why aren't people talking about the fact that Tua has 3 interceptions to 15 TDs? I find that stat awesome. What's it averaging out to, Big O, in the end zone? Well, you saw the stats that he's number 1 in the NFL as it is. Listen, the people that are talking about Tua are the people that said he was going to be a stud from the get-go. The ones that avoid it are the ones that don't want to keep reminding themselves how wrong they were about him. So 5-to-1 touchdown interception ratio. He's no Jake Delhomme, but he's pretty good. True Fin fan follows up. He says, I'm just glad we got McDaniel instead of Dabo. Yeah, Dabo. Oh, Daboll. Okay. I mean, listen, I'm happy with McDaniel. I think he's done a fabulous job, man. You got to love what he's doing, man. I was drinking water when you said that joke, Big O. I nearly choked. Well, I mean, she's loose. And you guys are the loosest slots. You should have a slot called Boebert, the Boebert slot. Yeah, that's a great way to get men to vote. A hot former sex worker is running. Did you see her, honey? Her politics are just, yeah, sure. That's what you're looking at. Yeah. Anyway, we are out of here. We will see you guys tomorrow live from Acura of Pembroke Pines. We'll be there at 10 a.m., baby. Same time, same place, same bat channel. Have a great one. We love you all.